Of the show.
Well, you know it's dumb. You can Google naked girls. Naked girls don't show up on your social media.
Jacobs and Helly, weekday morning 6 till 10 on your new home for sports. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents and Doug.
And we're back with Limu, Emu, and Doug for the final question. Category is things you climb. All right, Limu, what do you think? You sure? We're going with Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Oh, so close. We were looking for stairs. Huh. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Among successful enterprises, there is one key factor that drives profitability.
We'll have it for you in the next 3 days.
Reputation. What do you do if just hours before delivery, the electrical grid that powers your office is taken out? If you already have generator backup, you make that deadline.
Emergency power you can control. Gentech is a nationwide leader in power generation sales, rentals, and services. Headquartered right here in Arizona with 24/7 emergency response. Gentech is a full-service power generation company specializing in gaseous and diesel generators. Gentech also provides solutions for the rental industry and power distribution. We've all experienced it. The grid will go down. Be prepared. Call Gentech at 800-625-8324. That's 800-625-8324. Or go to gentechusa.com. That's Gentech, Gentech, 800-625-8324.
Who brought the sauce?
I brought the sauce.
Who made the sauce?
I made the sauce.
What's in the sauce?
I am the sauce.
Who brought the sauce?
Spilled the sauce? Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up spills and messes quicker. And each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading ordinary brand.
Who brought the sauce?
I brought the sauce.
Who made the sauce?
I made the sauce.
What's in the sauce?
I am the sauce.
Who brought the sauce? Okay.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
We're on a mission to connect every Arizona service member, veteran, and their families to the support and resources they deserve. If you or someone you know needs assistance with benefits, health care and wellness, employment, or housing, visit connectveterans.org or call 866-4AZ-VETS right now to learn more. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Coalition for Military Families, the Arizona Department of Veterans Services, and Arizona's Be Connected partners.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240 Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Friday here on the Daily Blender on your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, not alongside Randy White. He's taking a few days off. We have Ralph from Harmon Solar with us today. And at least he's not wearing any kind of Dodgers stuff, so that makes me happy. We got Phil pushing buttons there in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar studio in Scottsdale. And, yeah, thanks, Boogie. I do appreciate that. Boogie on the text line shows me my bottle of Proper 12 I got coming to me. He says, happy Friday, gents. And Phil, here you go, Jeffrey. You're going to need this watching Jacob Eason lead the Colts as quarterback this year. By the way, who the hell is Jacob Eason? Eason is a guy we picked up in the draft, I think, 2 years ago. He's got a hell of an arm, but he's got, well, that's it, pretty much it. So, here's why he's saying that. Carson Wentz, he went out with a foot injury. Now they're talking bones and ligaments, and that is not good. And, listen, I wasn't all enthused when he showed up as the Colts quarterback as it was. And now I'm even less enthused. And, hey, Frank Reich. Yeah, way to go, buddy. Thanks. Okay, you don't get to pick quarterbacks anymore. That's it. Let Chris Ballard do his job and you STFU. That's all we need to know. As I told my wife earlier, I don't want to talk about it. Okay? I don't want to talk about Carson Wentz. Okay? I just don't want to talk about Carson Wentz. I get it.
I want to talk about him.
Well, okay, Ralph, what do you have to say other than wise ass things?
I don't talk wise ass things. I'm not Randy.
Oh no, not you, not you, Ralph.
Yeah, Ralph's never wise.
I just give you the wise ass look.
You are so innocent, Ralph.
I'm very innocent. Ask Pippi. I don't know. I mean, are they going to get someone else? What do you think is going to happen now?
Oh, so that's just beautiful analysis of the situation, Ralph. You just wanted to rub it in. Oh yeah, I want to talk about it.
I mean, just you got to talk about it,
No,
right?
I don't.
Because he's probably out for the year.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I know.
Okay.
So what are you going to do?
Thank you.
Are they saying the year? They're not saying the year.
I'm saying the year.
Can I
just
tell you
want
what's
to
going to
stir
happen?
the pot a little.
You're going to trade for Aaron Rodgers.
What are you, Phil?
Yeah, come on, man.
I just wanted to see Phil get upset.
Get off that delusional.
Because no. But think about it. If Aaron Rodgers was going to go somewhere, you think he's going to the loser Broncos, or is he going to go to a contender like the Colts, who fully Super Bowl team, just add decent quarterback? So well, Aaron Rodgers ain't going anywhere. He's ensconced in with the Packers for one more year. The more details about his deal have come out. And they got rid of that 23, and then he doesn't have to give back any of his money from the signing bonus. So basically, it's like, Aaron, please just give us one more year. That's all this was. Just give us one more year. It will do whatever you want. You can go, and that's fine. I mean, we'll have this conversation at the end of the season, Phil, where Aaron Rodgers will actually go, and I'm pretty sure
that's going to be a short segment.
Ain't gonna be a loser team.
Boom.
Ain't gonna be a loser team like
Denver.
Denver.
That segment right now?
Yeah, well, your preview is
right in the middle of Colorado,
like your face. Anyway, so now we just have to get through this year. There's, who's available? Blake Bortles. Yeah, way to go, Colts. Wow. Yeah. Way to go, Colts.
What about the guy from the Jaguars? They can go get him.
Gardner Minshew?
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't hate that, do you?
I've heard of worse things. You know what? Some Steve from the main event posted up a video of Pat McAfee working out his quarterback. And I'm like, you know what? It'd be worth watching. He's a lot of fun.
Could you imagine he goes back and instead of going to pass, he just steps back, he looks, punts. He surveys the field, and then he just drop kicks it to whoever it is.
And Frank Reich is like, it was second down, man. It was second down. Like, stop punting all the time. So yeah, I'm absolutely bummed out about it. But what's really to say? What is to say? We knew this was going to happen. This is straight off the Carson Wentz script. Get injured, it ruined people's hopes and dreams and lives. That's what Carson Wentz does.
I'm sad that you've lost your crappy starting quarterback, and you never know. Maybe the best thing that ever happened to you. Look at the Rams when all of a sudden Kurt Warner started. Right? You never know, because you really didn't have much with Wentz anyway.
Roll the dice. I mean, Here's the thing. Whoever could be up next. And by the way, stellar move sending Jacoby Brissett away.
Yeah, move.
I mean, now you can't even be a 500 team with that half a quarterback. But now you got to go to a deep, deep into the album cut, if you will, and try to find somebody to play quarterback. You're right. It's either going to be 100% awful or 100% Cinderella story. But I don't think the second part is going to happen. I think it's just going to be horrible.
I love that the Seahawks get you game one. So at least we'll get you when you're all messed up and knock you off and been done with you. So this way, when you get better toward the end of the year, you're not our problem.
Everybody's going to look at the Colts as like, oh, look, bye week. Nice. That's great.
This happens every season.
Rest the starters.
Yeah, this happens every season. A quarterback, we already saw it with Cam Akers. Just important pieces go down in training camp. It's part of the game. It's going to be built in. Now, Jeffrey, depending on how long this injury takes, you might be in the quarterback market in season. You look at somebody like Jimmy Garoppolo becomes a viable option. Gardner Minshew becomes a viable option.
Something just occurred to me.
There
is a guy. There is a guy.
Are you feeling lucky? Is that where you're going?
And every single one of you is going to be very angry if your team has to play the Colts if that happens. And I'm talking Deshaun Watson.
Oh, well, yeah.
They have put him up as a trade possibility. Who is more desperate than the Colts right now? Who, other than the Broncos, but nobody cares. Yeah, just the Colts. And I'm telling you what, they've got all sorts of things that they can work with. Lots and lots of money too. So
that the Texans, no way, no how, they're trading in division. The only time that's ever happened for a starting quarterback in division is when they're washed up. You barely
had like
see
a moment of happiness before you started coming at me with a reason. And yeah, you're right. Damn it. Okay, then I guess it's going to be Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, it's one thing if it's in conference, which we've seen with like Donovan McNabb, but he went from the Vikings.
Is he available?
Well, you know what?
He give him a bottle of something. I think he'll show up.
He always looked a little chunky when he was playing. A little chunky.
That's your takeaway.
Chunky.
Jagdog says, "Rest in peace, Wentz." You happy, Jeffrey? No, I'm not happy. Carson Wentz is better than nothing, which is exactly what the Colts have right now. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, exactly what's available for the Indianapolis Colts. Is there any other realistic, not said just to aggravate me, quarterback out there that you guys can come up with?
I can.
Don't you say Blake Bortles. I swear to God, I'm just going to walk off.
Kaepernick.
Oh, see, now that was even. You know what, though? Give the man a shot.
Why
Give him
not?
a shot,
What do you got to
because
lose?
that would put the end to all of the arguments. But I'm pretty sure at this point, if he wasn't out of quarterback shape before, he definitely is now. So,
all right, you want your options.
Way to go, Ralph.
You want your options that you could possibly have that you would have to trade for.
I don't know if I do, but go ahead.
All right, so you can get Cam Newton. I'm sure if you traded something, you could get Cam Newton.
No. Yeah, like a box of donuts.
That's where we start. All right.
No. If that's it, if that's the top of it, forget it.
Yeah,
My season's over.
Yeah,
Any bet that I've made, hopefully I haven't shook hands on, because I'm going to lose.
Yeah.
Gardner Minshew, as we've already discussed.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I like that one.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's fun, but it's not realistically going to be W's.
Look at his numbers.
Well, yeah, I'm saying not enough W's to bring the Colts into the playoffs or do anything else. It'll be okay.
Maybe Derek Carr.
Derek Carr. Well, what do the Colts possibly have to give to Las Vegas, and what quarterback would they go with if that happened?
For the Raiders?
Yeah.
From the part of the Raiders?
What did I say? Raiders? I meant to say Raiders.
Yeah. For the Raiders, they would be able to. I mean, this is
lose all the games they were going to lose anyway. And
lose
even
all the
more.
games
I mean,
that
who
they
would
were
their quarterback be if they did that?
Keep in mind, I mean, John Gruden, he has a 10-year.
John Gruden would be their quarterback if they did that.
Well, he slots in. Chucky goes back to pass. I could see worse things, but
A
he
lot of
has
people
6
be
years
scared.
left on that deal. There's no way that they're firing him, and unfortunately, that security comes with a lot of leeway.
Sure.
Another.
You haven't answered the question though. Who would their quarterback be if the Colts took Derek Carr?
Well, again,
Eason?
Yeah, maybe they trade him Eason. Maybe they go off and they have an option in house that they like. It's not perfect, but I'm saying if you gave them an offer that they couldn't refuse, I think that you can get him.
Like, you remember Indiana Jones? I think it was the Temple of My Nuts, whatever it was. And he's in the quicksand, and she kept handing him things, and they kept falling apart. And he says, "Quit giving me things that fall apart, Phil. Stop giving me things that fall apart and don't matter. I'm serious. I want to know what a actual, serious, plausible idea is, or you're wasting my time."
Here's two that are viable. Two that are actually viable that I think you can go with. All right, Andy Dalton.
Oh,
it might cost you like 3 games, and then you can get Andy Dalton. All right. And if not him, you can get the loser of the Saints quarterback battle. Which
You're
that
just
could be
sticking that knife.
That could be Jameis Winston. That
Oh,
could be.
gosh. Another great quarterback.
Honestly, I think Jameis Winston will win that. Taysom Hill, they're both gadget at best, but I think if you're gonna see the consistency, it's going to come from Jameis. And no, we're not winning games with Taysom Hill any more than the Broncos are winning games with anybody.
I just think you're screwed.
And then you're pretty much. That's your
Feeling
analysis overall.
Thank you, Ralph.
Welcome.
That was perfect and correct, actually. Better than what Phil just came at me with.
Yeah, I'm just being honest.
Dear Lord. Seriously, so far, unless anybody has something better, Gardner Minshew looking good as the Colts quarterback.
At the top of your list, the best that you could possibly do is probably Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, and then what will the 49ers do? They
go
got
to
that
Trey
kid.
Lance.
Probably
they
win
have
more
Trey
games.
Lance.
Yeah, maybe they give us Trey Lance.
No, I don't think that's the option. It's Jimmy Garoppolo is the only one that you could possibly get.
All right. Well, now I'm just going to be. You know what? It's Friday. I have whiskey. I think Jagdog. Yeah, he jumps up. Take Jimmy Garoppolo off our hands. But Nick Foles might be out there. Oh, you shut up.
Wow.
Sweaty Cat Criminal says the same thing. Nick Foles to the Colts. Frank Reich connection. Take him off the Bears. All of you people with your half a loser team are coming at me going, "Hey, take our loser." It still makes you guys losers. Mr. Wilbur says, Jeffrey, when you posted the position for people to come in and do guest appearances on the show with you, somewhere in the fine print, did it say they had to all like sucky teams all the time? It just sort of came out that way. Tim Tebow's available. Shut up. Bala 51 says, Blake Bortles. What's the massage parlor scene like out in Indianapolis?
Yeah. Did you see that? They were finally able to, Kraft was able to make his mac and cheese disappear.
I think they could probably figure it out if they could get Deshaun Watson. Boogie, shut up about Jake Butler. Kyle G says, yeah, how about Rodgers for Watson trade? Okay, so what you're saying is the Packers trade with the Texans for Deshaun Watson, and the Colts go for Gardner Minshew. Still, it's not helping, Kyle G. Spare Square says, how about Pittsburgh and Mason Rudolph?
No. He has brain damage from that helmet hit.
Chamoy says, Jimmy G to the Colts, Chris Bryant to the Giants, both win it all. But they can't both win it all, Chamoy. Oscar Ray says, Mitch Trubisky to the Colts. I'm just going to I think I'm just going to take the rest of the year off.
It's getting worse by the minute.
Sweaty criminal. Colts backup Rivers. Call him up. Get him on the phone. Oh, he says call backup Rivers. Now that's interesting.
No, stop it.
If they made a desperate call saying, Phil, we know you were wanting to retire, but we are in a hell of a spot here. And I know you're wanting to do the high school thing there, and we'll give you a boatload of money to come out and just keep just give me a 500 season, no pressure. How does he say no? How would he say no to that money?
I think he'd do it. Why wouldn't he?
I don't think that
very interesting thought process, Sweaty criminal.
I don't think they have enough money to convince him to go take some hits and is out of shape himself.
Yeah, let's say a few hits. I mean, you got bazillions of dollars. You walk with a limp. Yeah, everybody knows what you used to do. Donnie says, how about this? Kirk Cousins for the next 3 first-round picks. How about Kirk Cousins and we take him off your hands for like a bag of hangers? That's it. You get a bag of hangers. We'll take Kirk Cousins off your hands. Kyle G. Oh, God, this is getting worse. How about Carson Wentz for Jordan Love?
I don't know who wins that trade.
Today sucks a lot. Yeah. Already sucks a lot. Killer Rabbit says Brock Osweiler. He's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He's available out there. Well, I don't know. Only if he can get off his shift at the Olive Garden. Thunder Snow says Raiders pull off a trade for damaged goods. Watson trade Derek Carr to the Colts. Well, there's a connecting flight that does nobody any good at all. Thunder Snow.
Talk about a dance of the lemon.
Yeah, I don't want to. There's really nothing to talk about. Whatever happens is either going to be an amazing, holy crap, Chris Ballard's a good GM surprise, or, well, I guess before the season starts, we're all saying, well, better luck next year. That's it. It's it. I don't want to talk about it.
Do you know?
I don't want to talk about it.
Do you know what the top 3 search results are of whenever you look up for Nick Foles? New potential trade partner emerges for Bears quarterback Nick Foles, and it's referring to the Colts. Like the top 5 articles are all how Nick Foles can help you for the Indianapolis Colts.
I think Josh Rosen's looking for a job.
Wow. Oh God!
You can see yourself out, right? You just go ahead, put the headphones down on the counter. You see,
he was a Cardinal.
The Colts take Chosen Rosen.
Large Marge says somewhere in Jeffrey's nightmares, Frank's Rolodex is just lurking around the corner. Beer Bob says, well, looks like Carson Wentz isn't your quarterback. You didn't want him, so they got what you wanted. Yeah, Nick Foles, why not? Okay, listen, I didn't want him, but now we have him. Nobody else is available, and I think I'm going to go into a fugue state, and then over the weekend, I won't even remember this. So you guys go ahead, do your worst, say what you want, don't even care. Hey, look who's back! Look who's back on the text line. He is after today. He's officially 100% a retired man. He's done his work. He's done with that, and it's Papa Mike. Papa Mike hasn't been able to text in for a while because his real job was keeping him busy during the time of the show. Although his last day of work, I did see the pictures he sent over, were, watching Cardinals training camp. So good for him, man.
Congratulations, Papa Mike.
Here's what he says. Well, that didn't fit because
he's retiring. Retiring always is worth celebrating.
Well, maybe he could be the Colts quarterback. So Papa Mike says, wow, this show's still on? That's amazing. Radio Ron must be very desperate right now. See, that's why he didn't deserve the fanfare. He just came back to torch us. Boogie says, all right, here's what's going to happen. Colts give Detroit first-round draft pick, and the Colts get number 1 overall pick from 2016, Jared Goff.
Do you hate that, Jeffrey?
Yeah.
You should hate it. Yeah.
I'd rather have Gardner Minshew. Yeah. Stop giving me I don't want to do this today. I don't want to talk about this.
It's days like this that help me power through the Lakers first round exit.
For bleepity bleep's sake. Okay, you want to play a game? Let's play a game. And I think I'm going to lose. The game is who has a worse quarterback right now, Broncos or the Colts? Who do the Broncos have?
We have Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater. I actually like Teddy Bridgewater more than what
Bridgewater.
Yeah.
Wonder if the Colts will make another deal to get Jacoby Brissett back.
Actually, technically, you could probably get Drew Lock right now if you wanted.
Don't want. Rather have either Teddy Bridgewater or Jacoby Brissett. But I'm just saying, in a desperate situation, you might see something kind of uninspiringly weird like that happen. You know who I wanted when I thought there might be a chance? Russell Wilson. Don't laugh, man. Remember he was talking like he was all aggravated and upset, and he was like, he kind of got the idea he wanted out of that rainy, depressing city. And I was like, I'll take him. I'd absolutely take Russell Wilson.
Every other team would take him.
Yeah. I mean, I would take Deshaun Watson before I would take Russell Wilson.
That's
massages
crazy.
Aside.
That's crazy.
Kyle G says, would Cam Newton be a good fit? I'm not even reading the rest of your text. I'm not even going to read the rest of your text. Purple Nurple says, Johnny Manziel. Okay, I'm not reading the rest of that. Daylight Drew says, I feel bad for Wentz. Can we pour him a Patron? Yes, absolutely. Go ahead and pour that guy a drink. Shamoy says, can we get a Randy Gardner Minshew rant? Not till next Wednesday. Randy's taking a few days off. Large Marge says, said it before and I'll say it again. Ooh, I actually don't hate this one. Large Marge, thank you. Fitz magic. Except for one thing. Pretty sure he's going to be the starter for the Washington football team.
Yeah. Ron Rivera is saying that there's a true quarterback competition over there in Washington between him and Heineke. If you remember, Heineke gave the Bucks their best opposition in the entire playoff run. So unless something miraculous happens over there and Heineke wins that job, you're not going to be able to get Fitzmagic.
This is really not how I wanted to start the show. I just wanted you to know I had actually good news to start the show with. I'll start the next segment with the good news, but this is not the way I wanted this. Senior Wake and Bake says, sup, Jeffrey, Ralph, Hassles Chaps. Phil, that's what he calls Phil. Hey, Jeffrey, I heard Bernie Kosar is available. Old as hell, but he is available. I'll take him over anybody on the Broncos. Thunder Snow says Brett Favre might come out of retirement for the Colts. Excellent. We'll just get him some of them, Wrangler jeans with the copper fit stuff in them, and I think he's good to go. Shamoy says 4-team trade, all shuffling backup quarterbacks.
Oh, God.
I'm just going to break now. I don't want to talk about it anymore. When we come back, we're talking about other things. If you text me about the Colts quarterback situation, and you're not getting read. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Westwood One Sports presents this special update on the 2020 Summer Games sponsored by Hulu. Time to have great original shows and movies. Time to have Hulu Originals. It's setting up to be a busy day and night of golf in Tokyo. 16 golfers still need to complete round 2 after multiple weather delays restricted yesterday's action. Right now, American Xander Schauffele is atop the leaderboard. Schauffele fired an 8 under 63 in round 2, putting him 11 under for the tournament and one shot ahead of Mexico's Carlos Ortiz. 4 golfers are tied for third at 8 under, including round 1 leader Sepp Straka from Austria and Masters champ Hideki Matsuyama of Japan, who still has 2 holes to complete in his second round. The triathlon mixed relay will be underway shortly. The United States team will feature Katie Zaveris, who won bronze in the women's triathlon, and Kevin McDowell, who finished 6th in the men's triathlon, the best finish ever for an American male in that event. With this Summer Games update, I'm Ryan Radke, Westwood One Sports.
Summer of Soul, The Handmaid's Tale, Pen 15, 9 Perfect Strangers. There's no time. You need to watch Hulu Originals now. Original shows and movies really good. Lot good. You watch now. No time for grammar. Have to watch Hulu Originals.
I'm coming home, baby, now. I'm coming home now right away.
When you have to watch, you have to watch. Time to have Hulu Originals.
Hulu subscription required. Visit hulu.com for plan details.
I'm coming home, baby, now.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents
Doug. And we're back with Limu, Emu, and Doug for the final question. Category is things you climb. All right, Limu, what do you think? You sure? We're going with Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Oh, so close. We were looking for stairs. Huh. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100 plus degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
Jacobs and Helly, weekday morning 6 to 10. They will get you up and ready for the day.
I never knew Arizona had a governor named Jane Hull. Did you?
Come on, Dale.
Did you?
Yeah, of course.
Clear, thoughtful insights into the world of sports.
Was she good or bad? Okay. I don't remember the name.
You won't want to miss a second of the show.
Anyway, it was a great round that she came up.
Jacobs and Helly, weekday morning 6 till 10 on your new home for sports, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Stay with Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And all right, get it. Everybody wants to pile on because a very, very good team is now without a quarterback. My Indianapolis Colts.
A very, very good team. Yeah.
Oh, tell me that's not a Super Bowl contending team just at quarterback. Try to do that with a straight face and honest.
If I were to say that about my Broncos, I get laughed out of the building.
Well, because your team is not as good as my team. If you remove quarterbacks, your team is not as good as the Colts. The defense is stellar. The offense is on point. Could probably use another good wide receiver. That's but close. In general, they've drafted very well. They've shored up and assured that their offensive line is stellar. So that's why even someone like Gardner Minshew, even a mediocre quarterback comes in, yeah, we're going to break even. I guess now with the new season, 17 games, it's going to be, we're going to have a winning season. I about guarantee it, even with, but maybe not with a backup, but with somebody with some sort of experience. They're going to be standing straight up. They're not going to get sacked like crazy and then probably do all right. Yeah, I'm trying to talk myself.
Yeah, you are. Keep doing it.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm going to finish up on the text that came through before we were done with the last break. But after that, if you text me in about my damn Colts quarterback situation, I ain't reading your text. Tiger Paws says, Tim Tebow, he could pray you guys into the end zone. Shit. Somebody told me that he's actually looking fairly decent as a tight end. I don't know if that's just a PR thing by the Jaguars and Urban Myth Meyer there, but that's what the word is. I don't think he's going to amount to nothing, but that's what they're saying.
Do you think he plays an actual game? A meaningful game, not a preseason game?
I think he does.
Yeah, you know what? Somebody owes somebody some money. And old Urban Meyer's had to double down on that. So it's starting to look that way. Ooh, Kyle G. I don't hate that idea. He says, how about Alex Smith? He's got nothing better to do. Actually, I think he's probably just done.
Yeah.
Also, every time he went back to pass, didn't in the back of your mind, you're just saying, God, please don't.
Oh, God, thank God.
Thank God he didn't. And anytime he gets hit, you're like, oh, God.
And it
just
turns out,
normal
we find out later, so is he. So, yeah, he won't be back. Intern to the main event says, happy retirement, Papa Mike, and congratulations. Yeah. Baby got Dak says, hi, guys. Happy Friday. Sorry you have no quarterback, Jeffrey, but hey, many months ago when I texted in that Carson Wentz was injury prone, Phil said, you're wrong, baby got Dak. Care to retract that original statement, Phil?
Has he missed a game yet? Dak right now has a shoulder injury. Should we start calling him injury prone? He's going to play a game if the season were to start tomorrow. We'll see about Carson Wentz. Don't know his status right now.
Start talking bone and ligament. It's start renting.
It's not looking good, but he's not out yet. We don't know when he'll be back.
You owe baby got Dak an apology.
I owed.
Now would be a good time.
Now would be, yes, it would be a good time. So go to the next caller.
Why don't you go ahead and do that, Phil? I was against this. I was against the Carson Wentz. I was very vocal about it. Baby got Dak came by and was agreeing with me. Yeah, he's injury prone. And you said that what you said. So don't.
You said what you said. You really don't pay attention to what I say.
I don't even know your name most of the time. That's fine. Whatever that original statement is, I'm sure it was Boo Boo.
Yeah, call me Shelly.
Boogie says, I placed money back in May that Tim Tebow would play a game in the NFL this season. Remember, kids, gambling always pays off. 888-368-1580. All right, from this point forward, I don't want to talk about it. Right now, I'd rather have the happy moment of saying the Diamondbacks won a game. How about that? Don't laugh. You shut up, you Dodger fan. Bumgarner won a game.
Wow, they won a game. That's
over
awesome.
the amazing Texas Rangers.
Awesome.
That ain't easy. That ain't easy.
They have Texas. They defended the Alamo and lost it still, but they defended it.
Yeah.
So you're not helping.
Yeah.
Well, listen, any win for Arizona right now after we were a freight train heading towards the NBA Finals, and we were 2 games in, we're like, woo! Oh, who the hell with the Diamondbacks? Woo, son! Oh, dear God. Well, at least now we have the Diamondbacks. Yeah. Well, they won a game. So just be happy they won a game. That's all I'm saying. They won a game. Let's be happy. It was not like they're the Yankees or the Dodgers who are buying up all the talent they can find because money is not an object. And look at your Dodgers there, huh, buddy?
Oh, yeah. Great move.
Holy crap. I'm not saying it was a bad move. I'm just saying typical Yankees, typical Dodgers.
That's not
spin the money, dollar bill, y'all. That's how you're going to not win another World Series.
Typical Dodgers ownership putting money toward winning another championship.
How dare they?
How dare they?
I'm not a
do
Dodgers fan, but you have to admit, Ralph, he's just jealous.
Of course he is. I get it.
Of course I'm jealous. I wish the Diamondbacks had a damn owner who will open up a pocketbook and put a winning team on the field.
And
although on paper the Diamondbacks this year should not have ever been this bad.
No, by all definition they should not have been. They had a stronger. It's like the Cubs right now. Now the Cubs are probably the only other team besides the Pirates that the Diamondbacks can sweep a series on because of how much
because they traded everybody away.
Traded everybody away, everybody in there and who had any ounce of talent. They're like, hey, do you got any bubble gum? Yeah, we'll take it for Chris Bryant. But look, the Cubs. The Cubs are a team that, by all definition, you see the talent. It's outgoing. Everybody's spending a lot to get the talent that was on the Cubs roster.
Right.
And it didn't mesh. Baseball, more than a lot of other sports, is a team generating game where you need to make sure that you have a team that meshes well together, functions well together, covers up for each other's inadequacies.
I know. All I heard is you get what you pay for. 888-368-1580. Boogie just sent another text of the bottle of Proper 12. Oh, no, the top fell off. And I guess he tripped in the kitchen with his glass and a couple of ice cubes, and now he's drinking it. And he's like, well, all right, fine, Boogie, fine. That's fine. One of these days, you do still owe me a bottle of Proper 12. And I don't blame you. It's hard to resist opening that thing up.
Proper 12.
No, I don't care about old Conor McGregor. That's actually I think he sold off his.
He sold off a
majority
of his stakeholding sheep.
You don't sound like Conor McGregor.
Who do I sound like then?
You sound like a feminine sheep herder right there.
Come on,
what
Lassie.
You sound like.
Come on, Lassie.
No, Lassie. You after what he did to you last time. Don't
Lassie,
follow him to the barn.
Yeah,
don't do it.
Poor Lassie.
I'll give you my shepherd's pie.
This is actually a pretty good question, and I'll go ahead and allow it, even though I said I don't want to talk about it anymore. This is not specifically about the Colts, but he says, wow, Carson Wentz, direct to the injury list. J.J. Watt, direct to the injury list. So here's the question. Who is actually more injury prone, Carson Wentz or J.J. Watt?
Well, J.J. Watt has a higher history of it, and he's had a couple seasons. I think he's had like 3 season-ending injuries, so it has to be J.J. Watt just by definition. Carson Wentz, he's pushed through some injuries, and his style of play certainly brings about some of those injuries, but I'd have to go with J.J. Watt.
Wentz has been in, 5 years in the league?
Yeah.
And he's been injured a lot in 5 years.
He's had 2 season-ending injuries, I believe.
Yeah, this could be 3.
Yeah, well, it could be.
Carson Wentz, he gets those injuries, and you're like, what just happened?
Right.
J.J. Watt, well, you're not surprised the way he plays that he gets injured because this is a man with his hair on fire. So Thunder Snow says, Phil sounds like a medicated Lucky Charms leprechaun. Yeah.
Hey, do you want to taste the rainbow?
Yeah. Case the Cook says, it's Friday. Friday 4D. I don't know what that means, but he says, started my 5-day vacay on Wednesday, doing all the in things, fishing, hiking, shopping, golfing, drinking, screwing. What? Whiskey sours, and that's it. Just whiskey sours for everybody. Not falling for that. Kiss the cook. Senior Wake and Bake says, hey, Phil. I didn't say it, Phil.
We knew what you meant and we adhere. Oh, God.
You know, every time you do one of those things I tell you not to do, or you violate something, I'm making a check mark on a piece. I don't know if you noticed this.
Oh.
And I'm not going to tell you how many check marks you are away from actually being fired.
What do you think, Ralph? 2? I think I got to be 2.
2?
2 away.
I was thinking 1.
Wow.
I don't know. Randy was pretty adamant on Monday.
Yeah. So the over-under's got to be 1.5.
Yeah.
Betting favorite is under.
If anybody has anything to say to Phil, my advice is say it soon. Senior Wake and Bake says, Phil, I truly believe that you brought bad juju, not only to the Lakers, but also our Suns. And now sports change. But for you in Denver and Donkeys, you're always going to remain a loser. Peyton Manning not showing up.
Oh, my God. The Denver Broncos are one of the most storied franchises in all of sports, and I was a fan of them when they were.
Wait. How are they a storied franchise?
Not for about 8 years.
Not for about 8. No, it hasn't been that long. It's been about like 6 at most. I think it's like
sorry.
5.
Wow, you sure showed
When's
me.
the last time you won a Super Bowl?
Can I just tell you
When's the last time
something?
you've even been?
6 years in Broncos years is like 18 years in regular football team years.
That's not
That's
true at
how
all.
bad the Broncos
Horses
have been.
age gracefully, like a fine wine.
Horses age gracefully.
You need some Elmers? Is that
I'm
what you
going to
need?
say as they get glued.
No, because horses, you know what happens to horses? When they get older, they just get to go back to the last ing that you read off of that list. That's a great way to, you know what, let's retire and start getting busy with work.
So you can tell Phil's not read many books. Good Cat says, bye-bye, Phil. Thunder Snow says, yep, the Speedo curse is absolutely real.
Oh, God.
Boogie says, Phil said baseball. More than any sport needs the team to mesh together. Chemistry is most important with baseball. Are you kidding me? Baseball is the very bottom of the chemistry list being important. There are so many individual battles that go on in baseball, way more than any other sport. Yeah, he is. Boogie's right. Phil, what are you talking about? Chemistry is way more important in basketball than football, than hockey, than baseball.
Let's see.
What do you think, Ralph?
I can't argue that. I mean, I'm a
My
big baseball guy, but the chemistry itself you have to have in the sports that you just mentioned. Baseball does have some chemistry, but it's not as much as those other ones.
I guess
I agree.
I guess your biggest point against it, and now I'm thinking about it, I guess you're right. I think is the best point against the chemistry is that the fact that you can have 3 people on the team that don't even speak the same language as you. that doesn't help.
Well, easy there, Stephen A. Smith. So do you agree with my list though? It goes football. I'm sorry. It goes basketball is where chemistry is the most important, followed by football, followed by hockey, followed by baseball.
Man, that's close.
Because I'd say hockey's really close up there because hockey you have to have amazing chemistry on the ice together. Same with basketball. But football, play by play, I agree. There has to be that chemistry as well.
I was going to say, look at Tom Brady. I mean, Tom Brady would argue with you because of how much practice he does with his receivers. There's a lot of chemistry needed to where you can predict where they're going to be.
Quarterback and a receiver needs to be on the same page.
Even with
we're talking about full team though, and there's a lot of guys can plug and play on a defensive line. A lot of guys can plug and play in a lot of different positions in football, but in basketball, you got to be bros. And you're right. Hockey is important there too. Hockey, not as much. As much because you got about 20 guys coming in doing shifts. And a lot of that is individual and some group chemistry. You know what I'm saying?
But you have
not
lines.
Quite the same.
In hockey, you have lines, right? You have 4 offensive lines and 3 defensive lines. They have to all be working together in chemistry or it doesn't work.
What about Ralph, though? I mean, the goalie, does he need a lot of chemistry between everybody else?
He needs to understand where his defensemen are typically going to be in certain situations so he can play his certain angles.
Okay, you played hockey, Ralph?
Yeah, I played
then you know what I'm about to say is true. The goalie has to really pretty much understand that everyone's going to let him down and he is on his own. You know, that's true, especially in beer league, man.
Especially beer league. Yes. I've played beer league. So yes.
Average Joe says, for the longest time, I thought Phil was just an unpaid intern. I don't know what's worse, the fact he's actually been paid to be there or the fact that he hasn't been fired yet.
The Carl's Jr. coupons, they go through great every other week.
Baby Got Dak says, geez, Phil, even Eric Cohen would admit he was wrong from time to time.
Wow.
Yeah, I said I was wrong. Did I not? Well, I didn't say I was wrong. I was saying, yeah, I guess
he didn't say wrong. The word wrong never came out of his mouth, Fonzie.
Yeah, I'm wrong.
Good Cat says, is the Speedo curse worse than the Cohen curse?
No.
Deciding that is like choosing between a turd sandwich and a turd sandwich that has some mustard on it.
Here's the difference. My curse has never resulted in a death.
Yeah, that's true. Horses did die. Although his curse, let me see, did his curse ever affect my Colts before? No, I'm feeling like your curse has affected my Colts. So that's at least
your
a difference.
Colts were never good when he was around.
My Colts were okay.
They weren't.
The minute that Ryan Grigson went away, they started getting better, and Andrew Luck would still be with us if it hadn't been for Grigson.
Would still be with us.
Well, I didn't mean he's dead.
He's in a better place.
In quarterback terms, he is. He passed away, and nobody ever hears about what he's doing anymore. He's probably just sitting there giggling himself in a treehouse reading books.
That doesn't surprise me, though. Andrew Luck was the type of guy who, up until 6 years ago when he retired, he was still on a flip phone. Still, and we're talking about Andrew Luck. He's younger than me.
Bruce Jacobs.
Yeah.
Boogie says, in order of chemistry: football, hockey, basketball, volleyball, team basket weaving, and then baseball for chemistry.
Basket weaving.
Senior Wake and Bake says, Phil, you're fired. Nah. Hey, goodbye. Ralph, meeting after the show. Phil, no more meetings.
You think we have meetings?
Thunder Snow says, I thought Phil paid the blender to be there. Well, he did bring some Oreos the other day, and that's probably the only thing that's keeping him alive. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, let's talk some Olympics. I don't care about the Olympics, but I'll be honest, some interesting things do continue to happen there. And you guys have questions about certain things in the Olympics, and I'm just the man to answer them for you. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Now, we've seen interest rates go as low as we've seen them in years recently. We've also seen them bouncing around. A lot of uncertainty of what is going on in the loan game as far as mortgages are concerned. That's why I lean on my friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. They have been in business for 20 plus years here in the Valley. They only lend in Arizona. They are trusted. They'll get you that reliable quote. And if you're thinking about refinancing, whether it's to just lower your rate, maybe lower the terms of your rate, maybe down to 15 or 20 years, or if you're like, hey, we got a lot of debt on the side, we got some problems going on, we want to consolidate debt, or I've always wanted a pool. Now's the time to do it. Take some of that equity out, refinance, and get things done around your house that you want. But you got to use the best in the business. That's the Lund Mortgage Team. 623-875-9940, 623-875-9940, or check them out online, lundmortgage.com.
Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Felicia.
We're the hosts of the show, Drive Friendly.
With Steve's 40 years of experience, you're going to get the real insider information about the automotive industry. And I'll be interviewing local celebrities and experts so you can be informed and live your very best life.
Laugh and learn with Steve, Felicia, and the gang. You'll be smarter for listening. Drive Friendly, 10 a.m. Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
This is Ice-T and Stone Cold Steve Austin, and
this is a cold call. We're on a mission to get America to switch to cold water washing with Tide.
It saves you energy.
And that saves you up to $150 a year on your energy bill.
Plus, Tide cleans better in cold than the bargain brand in hot. So what are you waiting for?
Turn to cold because Stone Cold said so.
Turn to cold with Tide.
Energy savings based on average when switching from hot to cold and non-HE machines. Performance based on Tide Power Pods versus leading baking soda packs.
When you come to the desert, many things can be dangerous, but there's nothing more dangerous than a pit full of rattlers. Rattlers football is back. Don't miss a second of the action. Become a part of the Ninth Man for a membership of $10 per game for new season ticket members. All fans are welcomed as the Rattlers return at 100% capacity in the newly transformed Phoenix Suns Arena. Call 602-379-8274 today. Don't wait. Arizona Rattlers, strike back.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. And listen, we've all been hearing about Valley Medical weight loss for quite some time now. We've been hearing about how easy they make it to lose weight and keep it off. And we've been hearing about how convenient it is to visit one of their 3 Valley locations. And we've heard these other guys on the radio station here have success. Yeah, I've heard about it too. So I've joined in and I've already lost 6 pounds in just a couple of weeks. I am so glad I gave Valley Medical weight loss a try, and you will be too. Check them out at valleymedicalweightloss.com. And remember, mention Fanatic and you'll get your first week free.
The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And hey, Ralph, I can't remember. Do you play the fantasy football?
I do, yeah.
You gonna play with us this year?
Absolutely.
Do you win in fantasy football?
Oh, yeah. Have you ever won a championship?
I have. I've won 3.
Oh, crap. Good for you, man. In 20, 30 years? How many years?
In the last 10 years, I've won 3.
So how old were the kids? Like 6, 7?
They were 6 months, 8 months, and 12.
Yeah. Well, whatever works, man.
Yeah,
as long as you get
absolutely.
They made a couple questionable trades to you, didn't they?
Yeah, well, I controlled their accounts.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, if you want to join up the fantasy football with the Daily Blender, we got a bunch of leagues. You can play with some of your friends. Ralph, we might just have you play with us. But send in an email if you want to play in one of our Daily Blender fantasy football leagues. League winners have a chance to join the Premier League and play with us, the Blender crew. Send that email to blender@1580thefanatic.com if you're a newbie and you haven't played before. And if you're somebody who has played before, just know, actually, this weekend I'm going to go through because for whatever dumbass reason, I went ahead and listened to old Eric Cohen, and we moved all our stuff off of NFL.com over to ESPN. It sucked. Moving back. So in that course of events, I'm going to go get people's information and redo the whole damn thing. And that's about over 100 people. So I'm going to need a little time to get that figured out. But if you're nervous, if you're worried, you don't want to be left behind, go ahead and send me your email address and all your information, and I'll double check it to make sure you're good. Boogie, the draft party is being worked on by grownups right now. I don't know. It's either the last Saturday in August or the first Saturday in September. We will let you know as soon as we know. But I am told almost on a daily basis we're very close. So, okay, whatever works. Senior Wake and Bake says, Phil, may your quarterback have your physical ability on every snap he takes. There goes your season, jackass.
As if I had a season to begin with. I'm not delusional.
You just got cursed, which I don't know if anybody's ever done a curse over the actual text line before. Like the old lady with the poison apple. Like, yeah, your quarterback is going to suck.
Yeah, it's usually in the back of the house with a doll that I usually get cursed by. So this is new to me. This is new.
Yeah. So, here's the thing. Seriously, the Broncos have no hope. The Broncos have zero hope unless you go get another quarterback.
Well, we have the 4th best quarterback in the division. There's no arguing that.
The 4th best quarterback in the division.
Yeah, and well, I'd say the 5th, 4th, and 5th.
Counting backups.
Yeah, counting backups. So
counting backups because other teams in your division have better quarterback and backup who's better than your starter. So really 4th with Drew Lock.
Yeah.
No, not so sure now, are you? You're thinking we have the 7th or 8th best quarterback in a 4-team division.
No, I'd go 4th with Teddy Bridgewater and then 5th with Drew Lock.
Oh, I forgot about the old Teddy Bridgewater.
Yes, Teddy Bridgewater. Yeah. I think he'll be winning the starting job this season. But realistically, whenever you're looking up and you have the Chiefs, you have to say, like, that's going to be 2 hard-fought games, but I don't think it'll be a win at all. I can't pencil that in and be delusional. And then for the Chargers, at best we win a game. Justin Herbert is tremendous. They upped on the talent. Yes, they have a rookie head coach, but I still don't think that the talent is equal enough to where it can become a competitive game. So we're already looking at it at best 3-1 in division, and then the Raiders. They're the Raiders, man. We'll probably beat them both times. Yeah.
I can't tell you how sorry I am that I asked.
It's not going to be. It's not going to be.
Why did I ask that?
Not going to be a good season.
There's like way more than I needed to hear about the Broncos. Hey, we have an actual question for you, Ralph. Okay. Papa Mike, he says, hey, thank you, intern. Happy it's my last day of work. But Ralph from Harmon Solar got a solar panel question for you. If I purchase a house that has owns solar panels, I got moving a house and like, oh, look here, there's solar panels. Will Harmon Solar service or perform maintenance on them if I need them?
Absolutely. Yeah, we have
even if you didn't put them in.
Yeah, we have a service department. Then that's what we do. We go out and help people that have solar, especially if they buy a home that has solar. We'll be there for you and take care of it for you and let you know how it's performing, if it needs any work, et cetera, et cetera. So yes, we would do that.
Now, what if it's not solar panels, but just like a back massage?
There are some guys in our company that would probably do that.
Well, they have a service department.
Not that kind of service, Phil. But now that Ralph said that,
Yeah,
I guess I spoke too soon.
Everybody has their own fill. So
Sure.
We have a couple fills.
Oh, well, yeah, lucky you. So, so Harman Solar will service other people's shoddily put up solar panels, and they'll fix them up, strengthen them up, make sure they're good, and maybe show you some other ways you can save some money.
I would actually recommend, if you're buying the house and you want to make sure the system's actually working and doing what it's supposed to do, you call Harman Solar, and we'll actually run a test on it. And we'll give you, it's just like when you get a home inspection, then
like
we do an inspection on the system and tell you if it's working good or if it needs something. So if it does need something, you can go back to the seller and ask them to fix it.
Or like getting a new car and you take them to your mechanic. That's really cool.
Yeah. So we do that for you as well. Yeah.
That is a good idea because I have not been looking for a house because right now, you're good luck. But if you've run across houses that had solar panels and you're like, immediately sounds like a good idea. And then you're like, well, wait, what if there is all these weirdnesses with it?
Right.
And, so that would actually give you a little more confidence in buying a house. Yeah. So Ralph, since Papa Mike brought it up, and now at least we had some interesting conversation about solar and Harman Solar. You can't say nothing. Why don't you just go ahead and give us the information if anybody is interested in taking a look at solar power for their house. I got to be honest with you. Yes, solar power, but also those battery walls, the battery backup system that if it's a cloudy day, you're fine. If there's a power outage in the neighborhood, you're fine. I think anybody gets solar panels, you probably should be doing the battery wall too, right?
You should definitely look at it. And I think APS is getting ready to come out with an incentive for it. So I think they're going to give $2,500 to you if you get a battery. So between that and the tax credit, that really brings the cost down. So definitely time to start looking at batteries. We're seeing a lot more of those getting sold in the last 6 months.
I watched a video from the owner of your company, Harman Solar, where he was like, "All right, I'm going to do a 24-hour test, and I'm going to turn off the grid. I'm just going to only have the solar panels and the battery walls and stuff." And I had to fast forward because it was boring as hell. It's like he flipped the switch, and there he is, like. He was watching like Animal Planet. I don't know what was going on there. So I fast forwarded, and then it got interesting though around the time when he was walking around the house and started showing where the boxes are, and he caught his neighbor stealing power off his grid. It's like, hey, see right there. But he still survived easily the 24 hours. It wasn't no big deal.
Yeah, it was a very cool test we did. I think he got like 12 or 15,000 views on it too, something ridiculous like that. So really cool thing to see how batteries can run your house. You don't even need the grid at that certain point. Now he has 3 power walls on his house. So it really helps to do it. And you probably couldn't pull that off in the summer because you would need so much AC, which I've asked him to do it, but he won't do it. I really would like to just see him sweat.
Well,
he just won't do it.
Most power outages last like 4 hours max, something like that, right?
And
what's the average power?
Yeah, probably 3 to 4 hours. And so you'd be handled fine with a backup on that.
Even in the summer, I mean, hey, it's better than nothing at all. Right?
Absolutely.
And the best part of those battery backups is if there is a power outage, you don't lose a computer, you don't lose a TV, you don't lose equipment. I'll give you a little background in our radio station. Anytime we lose power, it's terrifying because what happens is with like SRP or APS, they don't come back clean. They'll go off, click. Okay, well now we got to wait till it comes back. When they come back, they'll stutter. They'll go, power's back. Oh no, it's not. Because what happens is the power tries to come back and the load from everybody that was left on, everybody in the neighborhood. So it's like, and every time it does that, where it pops back, comes down, that could, even if you have strips and stuff, it could send sometimes a spike does one thing, so does a brownout, so does a lowering of things. It's trying to process it. And at the radio station, we have lost a piece of equipment that's worth $5,000 a shot sometimes when that has happened in our neighborhood. And I've always said, boy, we got to get one of those battery backups because power goes out, you don't even notice it. And if you start to run low on the battery backup, you have time to systematically unplug things, turn things off, and make sure that they don't get damaged. Having that battery backup wall saves you from sweating at least for a few hours, but also gives you the ability to control if your equipment gets destroyed when the power comes back on. All the way around, this is a hugely good idea.
Yeah, it's a great
Arizona.
Idea. Great idea in Arizona. You have to have it out here. It makes a lot of sense.
Papa Mike says, all right, thanks, Ralph. Good to know. I might be calling Giovanna very soon here. If he does, what number should he call, Ralph?
Yeah, it's call 800-281-3189. And Giovanna would go ahead and take your information, and she'll help you out in every way possible. So yeah, give us a call. We'd love to do that for you, especially if you're going to get into a house that has solar. Let's make sure that it's working and doing what it needs to be doing.
Yeah, and if you're driving on the road, don't try to write this down. Just to remember, harmonsolar.com. All the info you need is right there. And that was a totally, not planned little commercial break right there.
Yeah.
So
now back to Vince.
Our friend Cards Voice, third down guy for the Arizona Cardinals, texts in and says, "You in the back of the house with dolls, Phil, huh? Shockers. Beer's on you." Are you sure you want Cards Voice? Maybe we should have more witnesses.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I kind of feel like Cards Voice is trying to get, because before Cards Voice wanted to punch Phil in the face, and
undeniable.
Jim Barnett's a super nice guy, good guy, hell of a guy. He's a Valley legend, but still, his initial thought was to punch Phil in the face. So
I remember Jeffrey was reading that initial text with shock and awe, just saying, "Wow, you even got him to hate you."
Yeah, of all people. So maybe if you guys do have beers, that there should be other people present just in case. Well, really not for Phil's benefit, but for Cards Voice's benefit, so we can be his witnesses and nothing bad happens to him after he punches you in the. I mean, he doesn't punch you in the face.
I always wondered why people always gave me odd looks whenever I said beer on me and I started taking off my shirt.
Jeez. Okay, Cards Voice, skip the beers. Straight Striper says Ralph seems cool, and respect to the installers of Harmon Solar getting on a roof during the summer and helping people save some money.
It's tough.
You got some crazy guys working over there, don't you?
Yeah, and they have to go in attics too. So think about that. I mean, that's tough.
They show up pale and reasonable, and then after a while, they work for you. They're leathered and crazy. All right, so let's shift gears here while we have a few minutes. We answered a bunch of questions about little things in the Olympics, the things you see, and you're like, well, what the hell is that all about? Well, now we have some more. Somebody wants to know, why do swimmers slap themselves? Well, I guess it's just a way to warm up. They do that to try to slap their body, get the blood flowing. That's the idea. That's what they say. For me, I think it's more of a OCD kind of thing. Do you think slapping yourself really warms you up?
No, I think it's a mental thing just to kind of get yourself going. I mean, a lot of athletes do that. They'll start smacking themselves around just to wake themselves up.
I'm in it myself now since we started talking, and all I know is it
hurts.
Well, yeah, a little bit. I'm kind of tough. How wide is an Olympic balance beam? Phil, you want to take a guess on that? How wide is the Olympic balance beam?
We talking inches or?
Yeah. What else would I be? Feet, Phil. Feet.
I'm going to go with 20 inches.
All right. Not long.
Oh.
Forget you, Phil. Ralph, how wide do you think an Olympic balance beam is?
8 inches.
When they go up there and do that thing.
10 inches?
4 inches. Jesus.
4?
Guy.
Oh, wow.
I get it. We all have big TVs, so it looks like it. But yeah, 4 inches.
4
They're actually 16 and a half feet long, 4 feet off the ground, and they're only 4 inches wide. So when you see them doing that stuff, it's on 4 inches wide.
I'm almost a little bit more impressed now.
Oh, yeah. Almost. Again, I don't feel like it's a sport, but I do feel like it's an event and stuff. It's an athletic event. That's fine. It's fun, but it's not really a sport.
It's not a sport.
How do they transport horses for the Olympics? They make them swim. What a dumb question. How do they transport horses for the Olympics? Well, clearly they're not going to be in first class. Yeah, it's cargo planes. They take cargo planes like those C-40 whatevers and put them in there, and then they parachute. That would be, I'd pay money to see that, wouldn't you?
I would.
Large
that thing
Marge
coming at you from the air.
You would never expect that. Of all the things in the world you see coming at you from the sky, it's not going to be a horse or the horse crap.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Why does the UK compete as Great Britain? Well, because their full name is actually Great Britain and Northern Ireland Olympic Team. And Northern Ireland, though, is not part of Great Britain. So it is UK. That would be easier. But they've been going by Great Britain since the first Summer Olympics back in 1896, and they just decided to stick with it. So that's why. Why do swimmers wear 2 caps? One helps secure their goggles, which go over the first cap and then under the second. And also, wearing caps made of different materials helps reduce drag in the water, I guess. First cap is latex. It stays on the head better, but it's prone to wrinkling up. So the second cap is silicone, and it's smoother to cut through the water.
Huh.
I don't buy any of it. Don't shave your legs if you're a swimmer. You're just being weird. You know what I mean? Hey, you ain't going to get that much off your time, okay? All right, guys, that is 1 hour down and 2 to go. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Do you have great credit? And are you good with your money? If so, I bet you're in a low-rate 15 or 30-year mortgage. But guess what? You're in the wrong loan. I guarantee it. You see, on a Life Changer loan, not only will your monthly payments go down, but you'll probably pay off your mortgage in under 5 years without changing a dime of spending habit. Sound too good to be true? It's not magic. It's just math. So check us out at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MB1002031, NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
AZ Preps 365 is your headquarters for all things high school sports in Arizona.
Brett Quintine, James Mello, and Jose Garcia
Keep you up to speed with all the action, highlights, interviews, and insider information for the prep sports scene.
You need to tune in
to AZ Preps 365 every Saturday morning from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on your new home for sports, 1580 and 99.3.
The Fanatic.
And always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Among successful enterprises, there's one key factor that drives profitability.
We'll have it for you in the next 3 days.
Reputation. What do you do if just hours before delivery, the electrical grid that powers your office is taken out? If you already have generator backup, you make that deadline.
Emergency power you can control. Gentech is a nationwide leader in power generation sales, rentals, and services, headquartered right here in Arizona with 24/7 emergency response. Gentech is a full-service power generation company specializing in gaseous and diesel generators. Gentech also provides solutions for the rental industry and power distribution. We've all experienced it. The grid will go down. Be prepared. Call Gentech at 800-625-8324. That's 800-625-8324. Or go to gentechusa.com. That's Gentech, Gentech, 800-625-8324.
This is Ice-T and Stone Cold Steve Austin, and
we're on a mission to get America to switch to cold water washing with Tide.
it saves you energy.
And that saves you up to $150 a year on your energy bill.
Plus, Tide cleans better in cold than the bargain brand in hot. So what are you waiting for?
Turn to cold because Stone Cold said so.
Turn to cold with Tide.
Energy savings based on average and switching from hot to cold and non-HE machines. Performance based on Tide Power Pods versus leading baking soda packs.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, not alongside Randy White. He's taking a few days off. We have Ralph with us from Harmon Solar. We got Phil in there from hell, the fiery bowels of hell.
Can I be Phil from Purgatory?
No, you're Phil from hell.
Okay.
Yeah, Purgatory, that gives an indication that you might be redeemable. You know what I mean? Anyway, and then, of course, you guys are on the text line, 888-368-1580, broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale, and I see an empty chair there. What did Ralph have to drop a deuce, or did he just decide he'd had enough?
Yeah, Ralph is dropping off the solar panel at the house, if you know what I mean.
That's not a good euphemism right there.
Why
that
not?
Doesn't work. Because it indicates bad things about a solar panel. So
then he's dropping the generator.
No, that's not
the
helpful
YMCA?
either. We have other sponsors. Just shut up, Phil. 888-368-1580. Chamoy, and I do believe he might be appropriately listing the quarterbacks in your division, Phil.
Okay.
Here comes the list.
I'm ready.
Mahomes.
Yes.
Herbert.
Yes.
Carr.
Yes.
Bridgewater.
Yes.
Mariota.
Oh.
Doug Henney. And Drew Lock.
No, I put Lock above Henney easily. But man, Mariota, I did forget about him because here's the thing: his injuries.
Forgettable.
Well, hold on, his injuries. If you equate that into there, then I think him and Lock are closer, with Lock giving at least a little bit of an edge. But Mariota, whenever he's upstanding and he's up, he's better than Lock. I can say that.
Well, I can laugh at your quarterback situation, but I think now you officially have a better quarterback than my Colts, because Carson Wentz, they're saying he's going to need surgery, and he probably, is not going to at least be able to start the season, but they're thinking he might come back. So that leaves you with Jacob Eason, and the word is out there that Nick Foles is probably the obvious person to go in there, which at that point, I don't know. I'm just probably not going to mention the Colts very much ever at all. We'll just focus on the Cardinals, because now at that point, the Cardinals will have a better season than my Colts.
Oh, absolutely. Again, the Cardinals may finish 4th in their division and still have a better record than your Colts.
Good cat. Nicely done. He says, here's what you needed to say. Ralph is out there having a brownout.
That's
so. Old Bill Bedwell is not. Wait, no, sorry. Why did I say that? Bill Belichick. Old Bill Belichick is not having a very good day. His drafted quarterback Jared Stidham, turns out he's had back surgery. They thought. I mean, he had it. At first, they thought he was going to need to have some surgery because of something going on with his shoulder and his back when he was throwing the football. And I guess they decided very quickly. They've figured out, well, no, he's got a back problem. So they've given him a surgery, and they're thinking 12 weeks if he's lucky. So I think you may never see him again.
Oh, yeah. I think he was a roster cut eligible kind of guy where especially with Mac Jones now backing up Cam Newton calling Mac Jones like the cool side of the other side of the pillow. I think Stidham was very easily going to be on that bubble to be cut.
Blissful A says the Colts should sign Tebow. I've heard that one. Yeah. Santan Scott says my favorite thing about buying a house with solar panels already installed was inheriting a 30-year lease. And he says, I don't even own the panels at the end. And the fact the owner before me got the benefit of the tax credit and I got nothing. Well, that's the thing. You got to look into those things. It's always better to be the one who makes the call to Harmon Solar. But once you have it, that's the situation. Who better to maintain those solar panels than Harmon Solar?
Well, they get the benefit of cheaper energy each and every month.
At least you got that going for you, Santan Scott. But no, I get it. I hear you. Boogie says, would you draft anyone from the Colts on your fantasy football team as of right now? Remember, the defense will be on the field a whole lot more than they should be, and even a good defense gets worn down and tired.
Jonathan Taylor's going in the first and second round.
Let me answer, Phil. That's what I was going to say. Jonathan Taylor is a running back, but running back 2. I think he's going to have a great season, but still with that as a question mark, I'd say running back 2. Hey, Ralph, you okay?
Oh,
Everything
yeah.
all right?
Oh, yeah.
Did Ron catch you in the hallway? Is that what it was?
Yeah, of course.
I figured as much because nobody could poop that long. Ralph's wife is on the text line.
Geez.
What happened? Did Phil lock Ralph in a closet during the break? There's only one person.
Once
in a
you get out of
around
that
here.
closet, you never go back.
Yeah, he didn't.
Ain't
touch
that
me.
right?
No, he didn't touch me. We're good.
Nobody touches Ralph. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Blissful Hayes, thank you for that. 888-368-1580. We were talking about the Olympics before we went to that break, and I saw a couple of good ideas. For things. This is probably one of the best ideas that I've heard. And this fella tweets this, and he says, Olympics should have a for fun section at the end of all the games, so all the athletes can try different sports, like Usain Bolt versus Michael Phelps in ping pong kind of thing. And you have the expert athletes on the sidelines yelling out tips to help people out. That would be pretty fun, man.
Yeah. I like that.
I wouldn't mind seeing that. Kind of put some fun back in the fact it is games, right? And another idea that came out, somebody named Roger Sherman said, how about this? Every 4 years, the triathlon should be a different combo of 3 Olympic sports drawn out of a hat at the opening ceremony. So you don't know what the triathlon is going to be. You could pull out ribbon dancing, you pull out archery, and then you pull out, skeet shoot. I don't know what, but whatever. And that's what you have to do. I think that would be awesome. I think it's unknown, and you get the best people from those sports together, and they do the triathlon.
I think it's interesting. I think you'd have to control how many events you would allow. Do you know what I mean? You don't want.
Well, there'd be 3, presumably.
Right, but I mean, as far as what you can pick from, I don't think you'd.
Well, you can't do the team sports.
Right, obviously.
Right, it'd have to be an individual doing all 3 of these things.
Yeah, that's kind of a cool idea.
And so what we would do is like, okay, well, our best athlete, let's say. One of them is skeet shooting, one is swimming, and the other one is, whatever. So you got 3, and then you're like, okay, well, we'll get our best swimmer, and then he'll do what he can with the others, but maybe he's so good at doing the one sport, it'll make up for his deficiencies they may have. And one of the things you have to understand about world-class athletes, they're really good at what they do, but a lot of times you end up going, wow, they're pretty good at that too. Yeah. Or wow, that they're able to step up with the hand-eye coordination, or they're just basic raw athletic ability and do okay. I mean, again, in this triathlon of fun, that would be the kind of thing where you don't have to be perfect at everything else. Just, make a good showing in those things. So, and then the other thing would be good about it is you do the triathlon, you pick those sports out of a hat. Whoever wins, they get to extinguish the flame at the end. That's it. You're like, woo! I think that's a great idea.
Well, the official flame they keep in a glass box of emotion, right?
Whatever, Phil. 888-368-1580. Thundar, the Santa Barbarian, says, happy Friday, guys. Hey, Ralph, how do you feel about your new Dodgers? 2 of them, 2 new Dodgers.
I'll tell you what, I am pleasantly surprised, to be honest with you. I was excited about Max Scherzer because I just think he's a great fit for what they've got going on. But Trey Turner was a surprise to me. What a great pickup that is. That's just huge. I didn't expect that. I don't think anyone did. He's a stud. So I'm excited. I think that makes them the clear favorite with all the injuries they've had, because they've got guys coming back. I mean, Seager's going to be back this weekend. Betts will be back. Who knows what happens with Bauer? They're going to be strong. Great moves for the Dodgers. Real excited.
So, yeah, I'm going to have to root against you.
It's all right.
I just, because one of my Schadenfreude things is when a team spends and spends and spends and has mass amounts of talent, and then they fail. That makes me happy.
Yeah,
inside.
but you can't say that about they're coming off a World Series. That team has got great chemistry, as we've talked about, and there's just
that was then. This is now, Ralph. I just want you to fail now.
Yeah, we're not going to.
I can't go back in time and make you fail then. I don't want to see you fail now.
Bottom line, great day for LA yesterday, not just for the Dodgers but for the Lakers. But great day.
So here's the thing. Phil doesn't agree with you. Now,
I know he doesn't.
For the listeners, you have to understand that Ralph is a Laker fan. He's been for quite some time. Phil's been a Laker fan for under 6 months, but yet you would still think he has been a lifelong Laker fan by listening to him moan and bitch about the fact that Russell Westbrook, in a blockbuster trade, has found himself on the Fakers. So you guys go ahead and discuss, Phil, why you hate this, and then Ralph, why you love this.
I'm just so defeated by this. We lead the league in inside scoring. Whoop-de-doo. That's where the league's going. Yeah, come on. We're probably going to re-sign Andre Drummond, which is a good move because he does offer you size, and Anthony Davis doesn't want to play the 5 unless it's the playoffs. Cool. So we got that. So we got Anthony Davis, Andre Drummond, LeBron James. What's his best attribute? Passing. So he goes and drives to the basket and then kicks it out to the open shooter. Oh, wait, we got rid of KCP, like the only one who could probably make an outside shot. And we exchanged him essentially for Russell Westbrook. How does that work? He can't make a shot to save his life. And so if he's driving to the basket, because that's what he does as well, he's kicking it out to LeBron in the mid-range, maybe to make a 33% three-point shot. That does nothing for me. It absolutely, what they do best takes away from what the other does best. It doesn't fit. I'm so absolutely stunned, saddened, and now silent.
All right. So now, Ralph, tell him why he's, as usual, wrong.
Well, so I know you weren't really a big Laker fan a couple of years ago, but when Rondo was there, if you think back to Rondo being there, worked so well for the Lakers with the scheme that they had going on with Davis and with James. And when they lost Rondo and he left last year, I mean, you saw that deficiency They brought in Schroeder, but in my opinion, Schroeder could not do the job that Rondo did. You bring in a guy like Westbrook, who's been there, done that, coming back home to LA to play in front of his family in his hometown. He's going to be the guy dishing the ball out, driving the lane. He's what they've been missing since Rondo left, and he makes them so much better. And then, though, I get the 3-point shooting thing. Totally understand that. Totally agree with that. They'll get another piece somewhere, somehow, another piece or two. I guarantee you they will. The Lakers will bring someone else in that'll just kind of finish the little mold there. And just with this move, it's a fantastic move. And I'm telling you right now, and Vegas even sees it too. They're favored to win the West now because of this move. And they're just barely underneath the Nets to win the whole thing. And I think the Lakers are right back there again, the toughest team in the West by far, adding Westbrook. And I told you they wouldn't add CP3, and we talked about that. We knew that. They weren't going to do that. And I think it's a, great move for the Lakers. Really excited about it. I think that three-headed monster is going to be really tough to beat. It takes some pressure off of LeBron, in my opinion, and allows him to do some other things. Let Westbrook be the floor general and kind of run the floor. And that's what I think you're going to see happen. I think he's going to kind of run the floor, and they'll be better for it. You watch.
Oh, children. Here's the reality. You want to know what's really happening here?
From the
Neither of you, you're too close to it. You don't see what really just happened. What really just happened is my prediction. Yes. Here comes my prediction. No, you're gonna be astounded at how well thought out this take is. But you guys can't see the forest through the trees.
Okay.
Here's the deal. LeBron is going to be out for a lot of the season with an injury, like he likes to do, so he can rest up for the playoffs.
Agreed.
Westbrook is there to play the part of LeBron James on the soap opera known as the NBA regular season, because LeBron needs to rest his old, weary, balding bones so he's ready for the playoffs. That is my prediction. So you're going to see a lot of Anthony Davis and a lot of Russell Westbrook during the regular season, and hardly any LeBron. Then when towards the end of the season, you get into some of the playoffs, that what you're going to see is very rarely will you see LeBron and Westbrook on the court at the same time. It's unavoidable. It's going to happen some, but most of that is going to keep them separated. And that way, what do you have? You have a near constant 48 minutes of LeBronism. You take out LeBron, you put in Westbrook. I'm not saying he's a bench player, and I'm not saying it's going to be obvious. They're going to say, ooh, but you're going to feel it. You're going to see it. Russell Westbrook is LeBron relief. This is not some great big plan and formula that puts these guys in the court together and it makes any sense. That you know deep down it makes no sense to have Russell Westbrook out there with LeBron.
So what you're saying was it's a great move. That's what I just heard you say. What a great move the Lakers just made.
Well, in your lame ass Laker formula, I guess so. Yeah.
That lame ass formula gets you another ring. That's the thing, right? I mean, they make these lame ass moves to get another ring and another ring.
I don't want to talk about it.
The only hitch in your plan, Jeffrey, is that
it's not my plan. It's the Lakers' plan.
Sure. The only hitch in your thought process of what the plan is that don't forget Russell Westbrook, as of late, because of how hard he plays night in, night out, he's been having some injury issues of his own. He missed a significant amount of time last year, as Keon will be the first to tell you.
As hard as he plays, right? Well, here's the thing. Now you got him and Anthony Davis together. That takes some of that pressure off him. He's less likely to
injury prone to.
Well, but I know, but you get a couple of guys together who are powerhouses. They don't have to push as hard, and all of them will help each other. Now, you're right, because you had LeBron and Anthony Davis. But here's the thing. Anthony Davis had a legitimate injury, not a made up one like LeBron likes to do. So that's a little bit of a different situation.
The man nearly broke his ankle with rolling on it with his full weight.
And the bottom line, this is Anthony Davis's Lakers. It's happened, right? I mean, it's not LeBron's Lakers in my opinion anymore. This is Anthony Davis's Lakers. LeBron is going to become more of a piece of that. Like Westbrook is a piece of that, but Davis is the key component on this team now.
Boy,
that's what I see.
Didn't see that in the playoffs at all.
You know what?
But I think you will see that going forward.
You think so?
And you didn't see it in the playoffs because he was hurt. But you did see when Davis could manage to actually play what happened. they blew out the Suns.
Let me make this.
I don't remember. All I remember is the Suns beating the Lakers in the playoffs.
But not when Davis played. When Davis was playing, when he played 2 full games, they won both those games.
Yes. Let me
have a memory of this.
Let me help you.
Let me make this quick adjustment off of what you said, Ralph.
Go ahead.
He will be the best player on the team, while I think it will be LeBron's team. Think of it in terms of the Toronto Raptors when they had Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard was by far and away the best player on that team, but it was Kyle Lowry's team or Nick Nurse's team at worst. There was no emotional leadership given by Kawhi Leonard. So yes, I do think Anthony Davis at his full peak and powers will be the best player on the team, but one, he's got to stay healthy, and two, LeBron James will be the vocal piece for that whole team to generate around.
But I do agree with Jeffrey. LeBron will play sparingly.
Sure,
absolutely.
And he was trying to this year.
Don't even start to kid yourself that Westbrook ends up being another Wade. Okay, don't even go down that driveway with this setup. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. 888-368-1580. Let's go to the text line. And Senior Wake and Bake says, yeah, I guess earlier when the show started, Ralph took the Browns to the Super Bowl, didn't he? And Phil got company. Phil, please do as the Olympic swimmers do and slap yourself. Also, Deshaun Watson's waiting for you to massage him. So you got to go. You got to go.
I've got a lot ahead of me, according to that guy.
Yeah, Senior Wake and Bake had a lot to fit into that text. Just the Tip says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Thank goodness I'm not missing the Laker-Dodger happy hour. Yeah, I don't want to. We're not going to talk about that.
We can do that.
We're both drinking, but it's for different reasons.
Well, we like to talk about winners on this team, on this show, right? I mean, so.
Look at Jeffrey.
Lakers
look
and
at
Dodgers.
Jeffrey.
We did talk Carson Wentz a little bit.
That was the pity.
He has a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah,
he does.
Yeah, they gave it to him, right?
He got it from his hospital bed.
Nick Foles gave it to him.
Jagdog, well, I'm probably gonna get Nick Foles next. Great. Jagdog says Harmon Solar fella. Which will be a bigger disappointment for you this year? Lakers going out in the first round again, or Dodgers losing in the playoffs again?
If the Dodgers lost in the playoffs, that would be a way bigger disappointment. I'm a way bigger Dodger fan than I am anything else.
The big chaos thing.
But that's not going to happen.
Dear Santa Jesus. This is what.
Worst case scenario for you, Ralph, is if the Dodgers, after all these acquisitions, after everything that they've gone through, if their entire season comes down to a 1-game playoff against like the Padres because the Giants held onto the division crown, that's scary. That is absolutely terrifying.
There's a glint of fear that just popped in around.
Yes, look at that.
Let me explain what's just happened as of yesterday.
Okay.
And this is what you need to understand about baseball and playoffs.
Oh, please enlighten
right?
me.
Because we all know Bauer's probably never going to pitch again. Right?
Well, for the Dodgers.
Not for the Dodgers. And maybe never again in the MLB. His career might be
possible.
Right? But, which is the same, but it could happen. So what they've done is now have Kershaw, Scherzer, and Buehler as your 3 top guys. That's all you need in the playoffs is 3 starters. Now you take Urias, who's another great guy, and he's your backup in case Kenley Jansen starts failing again. He's your closer, just like he was last year.
Sure.
And then you put Jansen in the middle, and you've got Trent in the middle. The Dodgers have just given themselves another great run in the playoffs by doing what they did. It's a fantastic move. I mean, the best move I've seen the Dodgers make in a long time. You have no idea how great this move was yesterday. And I believe 100%, and I'll say it right now, the Dodgers are going to put another ring on their finger this year because of this move. That's my opinion.
Injuries,
not biased at all.
Injury and health abiding. Yes.
Well, they've had so many injury issues this year, and look at their record. What are they, the second best record in baseball?
Second best record in baseball.
With some of the worst injuries in baseball. That shows you how deep they are.
Mookie Betts hasn't sustained a streak of playing games the entire year. Cody Bellinger is going to be playing the rest of the year injured.
The Dodgers are doing LeBron James right now. They're kind of resting up, getting ready for the playoffs.
The entire time I've been listening to you go on about this. I've been asking myself,
why did I ask him to come here?
Do I get a psychic? Who do I call to put a legit curse? I got to find somebody in New Orleans. And then I realized I don't hate the Dodgers like I hate the Yankees. I hate the Yankees. The Dodgers are annoying because I always go back to this. They puiged in our pool. Okay. That's what has really bothered me the most about the Dodgers. And as being a Diamondback fan, I'm a little annoyed by the Dodgers.
I understand.
Right now, I just want to see your smug ass cry. I think that's kind of where I'm at. So I think I'll save my gypsy curses for the Yankees. And
you're going to be miserable in the football season when I'm the only one sitting here going, man, my team's got a great run going. How's your Colts doing, Jeffrey? How's your Broncos doing, Phil? How your
probably not going to talk about Colts or Broncos. The relevant teams will be, and the hope I have is that the Cardinals are somewhat relevant. So when I watch football with my wife, I can have something good to watch.
The 49ers, right, Ralph?
49. What about them?
No, you're the 49ers? That's who your team is?
No.
Who's your team? I actually forgot.
Seahawks.
Oh, Seahawks. Oh, that's right.
You seriously forgot?
How do you forget that?
Did you not hear us talking about Russell Wilson earlier?
I keep forgetting. I just associate you with everything LA, so therefore it just.
So like homelessness and crime?
Right. Well, I see you, I think, homelessness. Yeah. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Westwood One Sports presents this special update on the 2020 Summer Games. Baseball is back in the Summer Games for the first time since 2008 in Beijing, and the United States opened play with an 8-1 win over Israel early this morning. Tyler Austin went 3 for 5 with a homer, 2 doubles, and 3 RBIs, while Eddie Alvarez and Bubba Starling each drove in 2 to pace Team USA's offense. Joe Ryan got the win on the mound. He allowed just 1 run over 6 innings. The Americans are back at it facing South Korea early tomorrow morning. And just a couple of hours after the baseball team plays, the U.S. men's basketball team will face the Czech Republic, looking to build off their dominant 54-point win over Iran. The American women were winners over Japan 86-69 earlier today. Asia Wilson had 20 points and 10 rebounds, and Brianna Stewart had 15 points, 13 rebounds, and 6 assists as the U.S. moved to 2-0 in pool play. They have one more pool play game coming. That'll be against France just after midnight on Monday. With this Summer Games update, I'm Ryan Radke.
Save now on Pro Essentials with Lowe's Pro Summer Savings. Save on select appliance special values. Plus, save an additional $50 when you buy 2 or more appliances, each priced $396 or more. You'll also find savings on tools and more throughout the store. At Lowe's, the new home for pros. Must ask cashier to apply discount in store. Online must use promo code. Can't be combined with any other discounts. See Lowe's.com for exclusions and terms. Valid 7/15 through 8/4. U.S. only.
If I learned one thing from this great game of baseball, it's that she'll humble you. You think you've got it figured out, you check the standings, and you're in last place again. I'm Eric Rubino, Fantasy Baseball GM, and I can put my team in position to win every single time, but I can't play the games, people. At least Progressive's Name Your Price tool has options based on my budget. It never lets me down, unlike my pitching staff. Amateurs!
Get options based on your budget with Progressive, even if you're not a legend in your own mind. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited.
Blue Star Medicated Ointment gets 5-star reviews from our loyal users for fast relief of the pain and itch of almost any skin irritation.
Blue Star soothes insect bites and fungal infections.
It really works on the summer rashes I get every year.
I had psoriasis on my elbows. Blue Star worked wonders.
Amazing stuff. Smear a bit on and the itch is gone.
Look for the white box with the Blue Star in the first aid section. Feel Blue Star work fast or your money back.
Jacobs and Helly, weekday morning 6 to 10. They will get you up and ready for the day.
Do you really give your wife's age, Joe?
Yeah, when you look.
I mean, she doesn't look for you. Good.
Clear, thoughtful insights into the world of sports.
Hey, I got to go. I'm 72. Does somebody say you look good for 72?
You won't want to miss a second of the show.
She said, yeah, these people who lie younger. I'm 32. You look like hell for 32.
Jacobs and Helly, weekday morning 6 till 10 on your new home for sports, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And yes, we have another week left of the 2021 Olympics. Supposed to be 2020, but whatever. Enjoy. So Paris gets the Olympics in 2024. Talking about the Summer Games. And so Paris originally came out with, now I had to be black and white because I ran out of color in my ink here at home. But this was the original logo right there for the Paris Olympics. Now it looks like the Eiffel Tower, but if you look at it closely, that's kind of a 2 and a 4. So that's kind of nice. It's a good, I'd say that was a pretty good logo for Paris.
Yeah.
Someone said, no, you can do better. So then they came up with this logo right here. Now, I know it's supposed to look like a torch, but everyone's saying you just basically have Karen as a logo. Everybody who's ever yelled at a Starbucks barista, that is now your new logo for the Paris Olympics. Do you see that?
Yeah.
It's like a haircut.
Yeah.
That's so ugly. Way to go, Paris.
Oh, what's
way
that?
To go.
Who's that girl chef on the Food Network with the blonde spiky hair? That's who it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what's
With
her name?
all the Food Network I watched.
Her and
Phil.
Guy Fieri looked the exact same, but Ralph knows what I'm
I know you're talking about, yeah. The other one's a lot nicer.
Yeah, you nailed it with the Eiffel Tower looking 24.
That's a
And
good
now
one.
I want to see your manager is now their new logo. What a horrible, horrible decision Paris has made.
Yeah, they make a lot of them.
And Burrell.
Yeah. 888-368-1580. Turn off the music, though.
It's the French music.
Just a Tip says, I love Ralph for sponsoring the show and helping people with their solar power needs, along with Harman Solar. But I swear to God, I will poke forks in my ears if this morphs into a Sea Loon happy hour. Oh, we're not.
Great idea.
There's nothing to talk about with the Seahawks.
A ton to talk. That's an awesome idea.
0% to talk about with the Seahawks.
You could argue, though, that that's probably
blah,
the best
blah,
thing.
blah. We have Russ Wilson. Blah, blah, blah. He carries the team till they inevitably fail. Blah, blah, blah. All right. I want to talk about the ingenuity. It was a invention. Necessity is the mother of invention, I think is what they say.
Yes.
And Australian Olympian Jess Fox, she's a kayaker, and evidently that's a thing now in the Olympics, kayaking. And at least that I can feel like, yeah, it's a race and you're paddling. It's a sport. I'll give you as long as there's a definitive winner, but still, whatever. It's more of an activity if you ask me.
Right.
So she's like, she's crashed her boat into something. The front of her boat came apart. You know, they have those little pointy noses on the things for the water aerodynamicness, whatever. And so it broke. They're like, well, we can patch this thing up real quick because, you don't have time. We can patch it on the carbon stuff on there to try to help seal that. But we don't have time to help this dry. How do we keep the nose of that boat in place? We have handy. And that Olympic athletes, they love to boink each other. There's a lot of boinking going on at the Olympics. Hundreds of thousands of condoms are passed out to athletes at the Olympics every year because all the boinking. Yeah. And it started out back in like 1988 Olympics in South Korea because AIDS had come out. They're like, well, we know you a bunch of horny boinkers, you athletes. So use these. And so that's when it started. And they've done it ever since. So somebody from Jess Fox's team was like, I've got an idea. They took a condom and they stretched it out, presumably a Magnum, and put it over the nose of the kayak to hold that carbon in place. Sure enough, she won gold. She didn't win gold on the first one, but she won gold, on the next one. So yes, her gold medal was courtesy of Trojan condoms.
So she crossed the finish line with a condom on her kayak.
Yeah, a lot of people don't cross the finish line with a condom, do they? At least not the guys. The guys don't. She could. The women can do it with the condom, and the men can't because, I'm sure the kayak was like, I don't feel anything. I don't like this. And she's like, no, good. Gold. That's how it works. And so congratulations to Jess Fox and her crew for being MacGyverish with the little rubber rain jackets there. So that's kind of a cool story right there, right?
She should get sponsored by Magnum.
Yeah, I am sure we have not heard the last of Jess Fox and her condom fix right there.
Well, I'm just glad that we can all talk about this maturely and with no ounce of comedy whatsoever. Good-natured ribbing is all that we can enjoy.
That's it. Just ribbing. Yeah. Just ribbing. Now let's slide on into something else. Did you guys know that there was a country called San Marino?
Yeah.
San Marino won their first ever Olympic medal. It's a very, very small country.
Okay.
34,000 people. And then I was like, well, where is this San Marino? I heard this. They're like, oh, very, very small. I'm like, wow, I've never heard of it. Is it an island on like an oil rig somewhere? And so I look it up and I bleep you not. San Marino is right in the middle of northern Italy. Seriously, surrounded by Italy. And it's just like a city in Italy said, we don't want any part of the being in Italy.
Right.
We're our own 34,000 people country. San Marino.
It's like Texas. Same thing.
Which gold medal did they win?
Had to be shooting or something.
Yeah, it was a bronze, so I didn't care because only winners get gold. Let's see here. Alessandra Pirelli.
Good name.
That's about right.
It's a good name.
Italy. Women's trap shooting. She is probably the entire military and police force for that 34,000 people San Marino.
You know what
teeny.
Yeah, you know what she does? She just sits up there in the light tower in the middle of the island and then just, hey, look towards the northeast side and just nab them.
Yeah.
Okay.
When Alessandra's up there, you get it like one warning shot, and then you better move your car. And that's how they keep things so nice in San Marino. Anyway, so yeah, I had no idea this existed. And I don't know why the Olympic Committee would be like, yeah, you guys can come in. They're not a real country. They're a disgruntled city in Italy.
They got a flag.
They should not. Oh, is that the criteria? Because I can draw up a flag real fast. We can be our own country.
Yeah, I think you should.
Anyway, so I had no idea about San Marino. Did you guys?
I didn't.
No clue.
I knew about it.
By the way, the official name of their country is the Most Serene Republic of San Marino. It's the third smallest independent state in Europe. Smaller than that, Monaco and Vatican City.
Does anybody know? Do you have to be any good to get to the Olympics? So say San Marino just wanted to enter people for everything. Could they
Random
just have,
people? Why not?
Yeah, Joe the baker can go run the 4x100 even if he embarrasses himself.
He's 350 pounds. Yeah, why not? And he's just going to run with holding some of his, like handing out the chunks of bread to people
croutons,
as he does
yeah.
it. I think you should be allowed. If you're gonna let San Marino in, you got to let everybody.
I think every country has the right.
I want to see
I think
the Pope out there, because if Vatican City is considered a country, I want to see the Pope in some events in full robe clothing. I want to see him in
a javelin throw or something. Yeah.
Well, javelin, yeah, it's something that's not. I mean, maybe I'd like to see him in a relay race
in his whole outfit,
sure,
with the hat.
Yeah, it got to be in that. And then here comes the cardinal, here comes the bishop, all of them with the hats. Their times are horrible, but tell me you wouldn't tune in.
Well,
tell me you wouldn't tune in.
I would watch that.
Well, the Pope wouldn't need any condoms, but he could certainly get some ash.
Oh God, why you got to bring us to a groan? We were having a good time. Now I got to go on. 888-368-1580. Number one Rattlers fan says, stop making fun of it of San Marino. That's where I was born.
No,
seriously, no kidding.
No, he can't have been born in the island. It has to be like San Marino Valley or something.
Yeah, not San Marino, California. We're talking about San Marino, the little country in Italy. But if you were actually born in that little country, please tell us more about it, because most of my comments are born in ignorance of it. I've never even heard of it. So Horgon says there are Olympic standards. Oh, really? There are there? Because what's this ROC crap? How about this country that was banned from the Olympics, yet all their athletes get to show up anyway? Standards, my white ass. Boogie says, no, little kayaks were made in these Olympics. He says, don't they hold qualifiers for the Olympics? That regions around the world is the best that come to compete. I'm sure there are some standards. Yes. Horgon and Boogie are probably right. But just the thought of it, though, how fun would that be?
That'd be funny.
Seeing the Pope out there, not even in tennis shoes, just in his little Italian dress shoes. That'd be something.
But he gets to use the Pope mobile, right?
The Pope mobile, yeah, with the glass around it.
Yeah, he gets
to and from events, but I don't think he gets to drive in the Pope mobile.
Oh, come on.
It's still pretty slow if he's just sitting there waving, but there's a lot of problems.
But what if he's driving it himself? I think that he should be able to use it.
This isn't religious NASCAR.
San Marino is one of the wealthiest countries in the world.
No, it can't be.
Yeah, gross.
Is it like
GDP
per capita?
Yeah.
Per capita, sure. Yeah.
They're all based. It's finance, industry, services, tourism, but they're one of the wealthiest.
Yeah, because everybody who goes there.
It's like if Scottsdale became a country.
Yeah.
Yeah. Random texter says, hey, play the San Marino national anthem real quick. We're really small, really, really small country. We couldn't afford a song, so we sold the Olympic.
It's right here. I have it.
You actually have it?
Yeah,
all right.
I got it.
Phil's got it. Let's hear San Marino national anthem here on the Daily Blender. It's basically just orchestra tuning up. So they held up the recorder and said, I got it. Oh my God, that's horrible. It's a drunken orchestra tuning up. Wow.
I think I can repeat it. Look at it.
How about it? We're so drunk. San Marino is so drunk.
They had the horn, and they're like, you know what this is missing? A steady drum beat.
This is a drunk walking beat. Oh my God, how long is this?
Oh, we've got about another minute.
No, we don't. Turn it off. Oh my God, that is one of the worst national anthems I've ever heard. There.
Oh my goodness.
Woo, and they had to play it. That's the best part. Somebody had to sit through the whole thing there in Tokyo. And I'm sure everybody's kind of looking at each other going, what in the hell is this? Random texter says, so the Fiji national anthem wouldn't make you cry, but the San Marino does. Yeah, it makes me cry. Uncle, I give up. I don't want to hear it anymore. Happy Lefty says, San Marino, the city in California, also very wealthy per capita. So
sure,
must be a correlation there. Number one Rattlers fan says, you're bringing tears to my eyes by playing my national anthem. Thank you. Oh, you are so full of crap. The goat says, of Italian style shoes, it's called loafers. And unbelievably, that's not the first text we have correcting me about the Italian shoes being loafers. Thank you.
People take their loafing seriously.
Starting to become a Friday here.
Yep.
Thunder San Barbarian says there's been minimum skill requirements for the Olympic athletes ever since Eddie the Eagle, that ski jumper from the UK at the Lake Placid Games. Athletes have to meet minimum standards. That's not, you know what? I think that's garbage. If you're going to let countries in, you just let everybody's best show up.
Yep.
And then have some sort of a tournament contest that weeds out the people who aren't going to win. But give everybody a fair shot, damn it. Alcoholic says, because of this LA homerism hour, I'm going to... He's threatening to go with your competition, Ralph. I'm not reading that out loud, but that's funny.
Oh, that's funny.
Chamoy says Doyer's making the first baseball super team. $500 million over cap, Ralph. All to beat a bunch of over the hill, overpaid giant veterans. Pathetic. Please sell more of that farm. Okay. Well, that's a fair shot at the Dodgers, but if they're going to pay the $500 million over, that's what you get.
Sounds like somebody's upset the Diamondbacks aren't doing that.
And I like how Chamoy says, Kershaw, the Dodgers playoff legend. And he says, quotations and signed Roy from Harmon Solar. Beer Bob says, who wins the relay race? The Pope's team, the Washington Nationals, big-headed presidents, or the Major League Baseball mascots?
I'm going to go with the presidents. Presidents are pretty good.
Going with the Pope.
No, I'm going with the Pope too,
Still
because
cheap.
Ralph sees what I see. Aerodynamicness in those pointy hats. All you gotta do is you lean the head forward a little bit, and a lot of people don't realize that you get a little lift.
Yeah, it's
You
like
get
the
a
tip
little
of
lift.
it's like the tip of a ship's mast.
Right.
It just
Well,
pierces.
and their robes are what keeps the downdraft.
Right.
So you actually it balances out really nicely. So yeah, absolutely, Team
Right.
Vatican all the way.
And he can cheat and ask for forgiveness. It works.
you just pray along the way, I think.
Hail Mary,
And,
Hail Mary, Hail Mary.
yeah, maybe the most cheating would him be accidentally hitting somebody with some rosaries.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a scusa. Happy Lefty says, okay, yeah, well, that's a meme. I can't put that on there. Boogie says, I'm also from San Morocco, Rio, and him. Okay. Swave Dave says, that's so nice you guys let the San Marino Elementary Band play on your show. I very well maybe who plays that.
That's the military, I thought.
Hefty there's no military.
No, they have a military. They have
They
the cross.
can't have. There's
They
only
have the
34,000 people.
They have the crossbow corpse,
Oh God.
which
You're
is an
kidding.
80 volunteers.
They have a dead guy.
the corpse, so they have crossbows.
Corps.
Yeah,
Corps.
yeah,
Corps,
no, they
yeah.
do have
You
a
pr-
military.
Do you pronounce the P in corps? They get Marine Corps.
Yeah, sometimes
I don't think you do, Ralph.
I do. I'm Italian. I do
That's
whatever.
well, I think that's what a Dodger fan does. Hefty Lefty says high jump events have been a good way of weeding out the lesser athletes. You can jump in at a higher height than the starting height, then you don't waste any energy on the easy bar heights. Nobody knows what you're saying, but we believe you. Duke says, how has the Coyotes GM not been fired yet? You let Taylor Hall go last year, and now you trade away your captain and your best goalie. What the hell's going on with the Coyotes? I don't know, Duke. We weren't talking about that, but now I guess we are. Or we'll all take a moment to consider that and be very upset. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
NASCAR Championship Weekend returns to Phoenix Raceway November 5th through the 7th.
A wild season of unexpected will culminate in Phoenix with drivers putting it all on the line for their shot
and earning the title of NASCAR Cup Series champion.
Featuring 4 championship races in 3 days.
Don't miss your chance to witness history from atop the grandstands as the action goes 5 wide into the iconic dog lane.
Or from up close with access to the fan-friendly infield experience.
Get your tickets to see the NASCAR Championship in person.
Go to PhoenixRaceway.com.
Hurry, tickets won't last much longer.
Who brought the sauce?
I brought the sauce.
Who made the sauce?
I made the sauce.
What's in the sauce?
I am the sauce.
Who brought the sauce?
Spilled the sauce? Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up spills and messes quicker. And each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading ordinary brand.
Who brought the sauce?
I brought the sauce.
Who made the sauce?
I made the sauce.
What's in the sauce?
I am the sauce.
Who brought the sauce? Okay.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Your favorite radio station.
And now you're up to date on the news. Stand by for weather and traffic right after this.
It wakes you up, starts your day, and keeps you informed as well as entertained.
You guys are absolutely the best.
How do you like to work here?
At The Fanatic, we're looking for commissioned sales reps to knock on doors, set up appointments, and extol the benefits of advertising with your favorite radio station. Send your resume to jobs at 1580thefanatic.com.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify.
800-807-1981. 800-807-1981. 800-807-1981. That's 800-807-1981.
This is Joan, enjoying some me time up on the rim. This is Simon and his friends paddling the Salt River. And this is Brad. Brad is, well, no one knows where Brad is. What they all have in common is that they went to azmvdnow.gov to quickly and easily renew their registration or 30 other services. So go to azmvdnow.gov and get more time to enjoy all the things you love.
Sponsored by ADOT in partnership with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sauce. God damn it. Oh, with that commercial's got to stop. Thunder the Santa Barbarian says, what the hell is with that sauce commercial, guys? Everybody buy more Bounty so they can afford to hire an advertising agency. Agency's not tripping out on shrooms. Yeah, this you are the sauce, I am the sauce stuff. God, we can only hope it's gone next week. 888-368-1580. Jeff Van Gundy says, I'm just getting off work now, so happy weekend, everybody. Has Jeffrey reacted to the Carson Wentz news yet? You're going to bring that back up. Go listen to the podcast. If you care about what I had to say about it, go ahead and listen to the first hour on the podcast. We don't need to go over it. It's just, it was nice to almost have a season. It was nice for a moment. It's not like I was thrilled about Carson Wentz being there to begin with. Well, now it's just even worse because I thought, we'll get a few games out of it and then he'll get hurt. And we'll figure out how to get through and maybe break even. And now it's just forget it. Don't want to talk about it. Let's see here. King Kenton says, getting my weekend started at the Desert Rock Winery and Distillery in the Air Park area off Scottsdale Road. Having a flight of vodka and whiskeys. Good for you, King Kittens. And by all means, drink responsibly. What?
I like the grin.
I can say, well Okay, don't drink responsibly, but make sure you get a ride home. Drink like it's your last day of your life, but get a ride home, or it might be the last day of your life. Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Good Cat says, "Shut the hell up, Phil." just a random hanging out there. So, Senior Wake and Bake says, "Ralph, may every Dodger pitcher obtain the physical ability of Phil." Wow, that's pretty low.
Yeah,
that's mean. I'm not going to go that low.
That's right.
Towards the Yankees, I would. Mr. Wilbur says, "Hey, if the solar panels are on a lease, the owner of the house and now the new owner does not and did not get the tax credit benefit."
That's correct.
Oh, better to buy them, right? To own them, just own them like.
It depends on your situation. Yeah, most people nowadays buy them.
Very rich, Ralph.
Well. I know, I can tell.
So I do what I want. Sorry, go ahead. Explain.
No, I was just going to say, if you have a tax liability, you definitely want to buy them, and most people do. I'd say 90% of the people buy them, but there are people, especially older people, that don't have a tax liability that just want to cut their bill because they're living on a set income. So at least makes a lot of sense for them.
There you go. So all your questions will be answered at harmonsolar.com and give those guys a call and they'll help you out. Yeah. Mr. Wilbur says, "Jeffrey, not sure it was you or me who continued to make a joke out of this NFL backup quarterback thing, but boy, it sure seems to be playing itself out right now, doesn't it?" Yeah, I know. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Blissful Hay says, "Is Filthy brain dead? He didn't know that Ralph's NFL team is the Seahawks."
I forgot.
That just proves he doesn't even listen to anybody but his own mouth. Open your ear holes, Filthy.
Was that any different than anybody else on this show? Who listens to anybody else?
Well, I knew Ralph was a Seahawk fan, and I always knew that your team is the Broncos. So evidently, I do.
You said you didn't listen to me when I was talking about Carson Wentz.
I try so hard not to. Just the Tip says, "Hey, ease up on the Coyotes GM Bill Armstrong. He's doing what a real GM does. Team has sucked for a long time because the previous regimes were just patching holes. Now what he's doing is building a whole new foundation. Yeah, it sucks. Kemper went to a division rival, but in 3 or 4 years when the Coyotes are good, he'll already be out of the league anyway." Well, I hate to just flush the toilet on Kemper, but you're right. The Coyotes need a major overhaul, and if that's what Bill Armstrong is doing, I'm not going to get too bent out of shape about it. It's just it's never good to be on this end of it. It's not good to be on the end of it like the Diamondbacks. It's not good to be on the end of it like the Coyotes, and it's a bitter pill to take. So of course, when you see things like that, who are you going to lash out at? So. Bill Armstrong job. Well, it depends on it. So he better get it right because he's got a couple of years before he'll start to tingle.
Fresh start, right? They're moving to Tempe, aren't they?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that was another thing you guys forgot to talk about when I came back. You mentioned this that they're working on. Is that solid? Is that legit? Is the news on that just speculation?
No, I thought that was solid.
I think that's a great idea for the Coyotes. What year would that become official? I thought they would end up in downtown Phoenix, but Tempe just as good.
Corner of Priest and Rio Salado is what I
heard. That's what
right
there.
And it says the Coyotes team announced that they will be moving.
They're doing
it. It's in
right on top of an old solid waste compost yard. So I guess that's really good.
Isn't that where the river? Remember that old nightclub? Was that where the river used to be, or was that in rural? No, that was on rural. Remember that place where you used to put on your pastels in the 80s and go dance with girls? Just me. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's a fine idea. Great idea. Move by the Arizona Coyotes, and
really good move.
Very easily located right there at that spot. Huge for Tempe. Huge for hockey in Arizona. That'll be the saving move that'll put more butts in the seats and make everything better. You put butts in the seats. That means they got more money to play with, and it makes everything a lot nicer here. But again, I'm sorry. Did anybody say what year they're going to build something new? They're going to build an arena?
They're building a brand new arena.
They're not just using that old ice hockey rink on Haiti. Okay. What's that? What's that called over there? You know what I'm talking about. It's by Big Surf, right?
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it's called, but no, they're not using that.
Yeah. Boogie says Club Rio. Yeah, that. I'm pretty sure that was torn down years ago, but the good old days. 888-368-1580. Rex Terra says that is the smelliest intersection in the valley.
Well, yeah, it's compost and waste.
Yeah, now
let's put an arena there.
you build something on top of it, and
you hope they don't suck.
Only people in the basement are going to smell bad.
What are they going to call it? The crap palace, or
there'll be a basement, right?
You got the footprint.
So you got the footprint arena, and then you got the foot smell arena.
Craptastic. Boogie says it's perfectly okay that we continuously forget who Ralph's favorite football team is. In week 13 this year, we should all act incredibly surprised when he brings up the fact that Seattle is actually his favorite team, or that they even have a football team. Fair enough, Boogie.
I just began my tactics early.
Ukla says, hey, Radio Pal, and maybe you, Ralph. Shut up, Phil Bertos. Hefty Lefty says, hey, Radio Pal. I'm sorry, no. Oh, my screen moved. Hold on. Hefty Lefty wants to know if there's any food trucks over at Desert Rock tonight, King of Kittens. Wow, that was important. Hey, he says, now the Colts are the Broncos. Great defense, no quarterback. How's it feel, Jeffrey? There is a bit of
irony.
Yeah, to this. The fact
Karmic
that,
energy.
But the Colts are still better than the Broncos. Ain't worried. Jeff Van Gundy says, Phil, since I'm out of the loop, how did you react to the Westbrook deal? Are you going to ask us questions about everything we may have talked about, Jeff Van Gundy? Because we're not going to do that. Yeah. But go ahead, Phil.
No, I think that it's another.
We're assuming Phil can do it briefly. That might be the mistake.
Right. It's a redundant.
Okay, let me do this, Phil. Phil's against it. Ralph is for it.
Yeah, simple.
Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Sure, okay, moving on. 888-368-1580. Go back and listen to the podcast, damn it. Just a Tip says, I think Club Rio was also known as the Devil House a long time ago. Sun Devils. Right? Yeah, that's right. Mr. Wilbur says, come on, it's Funny Joke Friday. There's got to be one out there that starts like this. Pope walks into a bar carrying a kayak with a condom on the end of it, and we're all going to go to hell if I keep reading that thing. Real fast, before we move on to some NFL football, which I swear to God we're going to do. It's too early for us not to achieve talking about some NFL football. But for the men out there, a little man talk real fast. I would say in the high 90s is going to be the percent of men who like tacos. It's no euphemism either. I'm saying tacos, like from Chipotle, Taco Bell, wherever you get your tacos, hopefully from a more legit place. Ralph, you love the tacos, right?
My wife makes the most amazing tacos. So yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Okay. Phil, you like the tacos?
Not a fan personally.
Okay. Phil, you like the sausages? Anyway, how can you not be a fan of tacos, man? Soft tacos, crunchy tacos, all tacos are good.
I like crunchy tacos more than I like a soft taco. But you know what? Stop it. Just stop it, Ralph. Is this how this feels?
That was just too easy.
I know. But yes, I'm the embarrassment of my Hispanic family at times. Yes.
I forget sometimes you're half Hispanic. You're half Hispanic, half Italian, right? Yeah. There's a joke in there somewhere, but I'm not finding it. Let's see. Wilbur, you're not helping. That's all I'm going to say. Jeff Van Gundy says, since I'm out of the loop still. Oh, dear. Phil and Ralph, what were your thoughts on the 2013-2014 Super Bowl between the Broncos and the Seahawks?
Moving along.
I have a lot of thoughts about that. So,
Jeff Van Gundy, go back to 2013. Listen to the podcast. It's all right there. Ukla says there are high school teams better than the Broncos, Phil. That is true, actually.
No,
it's
it's
true.
not.
No, it's true. Mason Mountain View. Swave Dave says, hey, guys, for yourselves, a drink on me. Guess what? I just got promoted. Hey, nice. Pour some drinks. Swave Dave got promoted. Congratulations, Swave Dave. I won't read it on air, but I'm curious, what line of work are you in, and what did you get promoted to? Whatever the case, absolutely excellent. Good for you, man.
Right up the pole, my friend.
Boogie says Phil doesn't like tacos. You know what that means? He's a communist. I believe you're right. Everybody loves tacos. Oh, by the way, the whole point of that. Sorry, I was getting some. Forgot the whole point. Taco Bell is giving away free tacos for a year to 100 people. Wow. How about that? I mean, I love the Taco Bell. Randy loves Taco Bell, but he had a bad experience. So for a while, he didn't like Taco Bell. And now he likes Taco Bell.
A year's worth of supply of free.
Yeah, well, no, that's Chipotle. But for Taco Bell, they're running a contest, and it's for the 1 year anniversary of their loyalty program. And you got to be a rewards member to enter this thing. So you get to sign up for that. And then buy something in person, use their app to scan a barcode on your receipt. And then that's how you enter. And then you do that. It runs through August 18th. And well, don't get too upset if you don't win, though. A year's worth of anything sounds like a lot. But you're talking tacos from Taco Bell. A year's worth means one free crunchy taco a day. So you get 365 total tacos. Still, that's pretty good. Valued at $547.50. But I don't eat them that often, so that to me does feel like a year's worth of tacos. You know,
Well, for you and your
you
family,
can
that's probably like 2 weeks worth of tacos.
You only get one a day, or can you like say, "Oh, give me my week's worth"? I don't know. Go read the rules at Taco Bell wants to give you diarrhea.com or something. I don't know where it's at. I love tacos. Even Taco Bell tacos are good. That's the best nighttime tacos. Jack in the Box.
Oh,
yeah, remember those?
Yeah. Oh.
Why you make that face, Ralph?
Those deep fried ones? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they always soak through the chili. Just soaks through the everything.
I had a really bad experience that I want to bring up. But
It soaks through your back seat so much.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
I know what you mean.
Last hour of the Daily Blender after this here on 1580 Fanatic.
Among successful enterprises, there is one key factor that drives profitability.
We'll have it for you in the next 3 days.
Reputation. What do you do if just hours before delivery, the electrical grid that powers your office is taken out? If you already have generator backup, you make that deadline.
Emergency power you can control. Gentech is a nationwide leader in power generation sales, rentals, and services, headquartered right here in Arizona with 24/7 emergency response. Gentech is a full-service power generation company specializing in gaseous and diesel generators. Gentech also provides solutions for the rental industry and power distribution. We've all experienced it. The grid will go down. Be prepared. Call Gentech at 800-625-8324. That's 800-625-8324. Or go to gentechusa.com. That's Gentech, Gentech, 800-625-8324.
This is Aaron Warby, owner of Online Trading Academy here in Arizona. Right now, we're seeing stock market highs in the face of economic lows. Election cycles are notorious for causing instability in the stock market. That's why we just finished developing our newest complimentary workshop, Protection from the Election. This 3-hour class will explore the strategies professional traders use to protect themselves against market downturns while allowing them to also profit from surging markets. Take control of your portfolio in these uncertain times. Register for this powerful workshop offered in Scottsdale, Chandler, and Peoria by calling 844-877-2337 or by texting the letters OTA to 31996. Space is limited and all COVID safety measures will be followed. Again, that is 844-877-2337 or text OTA to 31996.
Who brought the sauce?
I brought the sauce.
Who made the sauce?
I made the sauce.
What's in the sauce?
I am the sauce.
Who brought the sauce?
Spilled the sauce? Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up spills and messes quicker. And each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading ordinary brand.
Who brought the sauce?
I brought the sauce.
Who made the sauce?
I made the sauce.
What's in the sauce?
I am the sauce.
Who brought the sauce? Okay.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Contractors need bonds, and the professionals at Constructors Bonding have been Arizona's leading surety management team for 40 years. We don't just deliver bonds, we make your bonding better. As the #1 producer with 14 markets, Constructors Bonding has the relationships and expertise to get you better capacity, better rates, and better terms. For better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding at 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929. Or visit cbialliance.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, buddy, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender, and a good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, not alongside Randy White. We got Ralph from Harmon Solar hanging out with us. We got Phil in there pushing the buttons. We got you guys on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar studios. Yes, I just got done explaining to everybody that through a cockamamie sort of needlessly cumbersome way, you could win 100 tacos from Taco Bell if you... I don't know, figure it out. Anyway, and then now everybody just wants to talk about tacos. Hey, what do you like, Ralph? You like the soft tacos or the hard tacos better?
I like the hard tacos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like them both. I don't even care. In fact, I'll have a hard taco in a soft taco. I think that's called chalupa.
Do you like the sour cream in the taco?
Sure. I like the sour cream or the guacamole. I don't care. I don't even need it, though.
Yeah.
If you hand me a taco, I'm like, thank you. And then if you say, want some sour cream? I'm like, oh, God bless you. And if you say guacamole, I'll be like, who do you need me to kill?
What do you drink with a taco?
I don't know, whatever's handy. I'm not picky. I'll drink water. I'll drink whiskey.
Tequila?
Yeah, maybe. You know what? That's not a bad idea. Keep it regional, right? You get the taco, get some tequila.
Yeah.
They both start with T.
Right.
Good thinking.
Right.
I think that's some good thinking. So soft taco for Ralph. I really don't care. Just throw some tacos my way. Phil doesn't like taco, so he will not. He won't be participating in that taco. King Kitten says Rubio's has Friday night taco special, by the way. And I don't know what the rest of your text means.
Does it coincide with ladies' night?
I like fish tacos from Rubio's. Oh, shrimp tacos there are good too. Yeah.
Oh, you like shrimp.
Santan Scott says, Taco Bell. I love Taco Bell so much. I once got food poisoning twice in a month from them. And instead of stopping eating at Taco Bell, I just switched to different menu items. Wow. Okay. Santan Scott, I understand how you feel about the Taco Bell, but here's what you should have done. Switch Taco Bells, Because if you're getting food poisoning twice in a month, it ain't about what you're eating. It's about where you're eating it.
When you
that's a dirty Taco Bell.
Yeah, when you can't tell the difference between the beans and what's going to be coming out later, that's a problem.
So, yeah, Santan Scott, might want to rethink your strategy, okay? King Kenton says, hey, I'm back for the third hour. And, yeah, that whiskey will kick your ass. I don't get the correlation. Boogie says, it is a scientific fact that after midnight, Jack in the Box tacos are the best tacos on the planet. For some reason, that's science. Yeah, he's kind of right. I got to agree. There have been some late night tacos from Jack in the Box, and I was just like, this is perfect. This is perfect. Hefty Lefty says, Phil has been secretly rooting for the ROC this entire Olympics, hasn't he? For the Russians.
No, I have not.
Hefty Lefty says that year's worth of tacos is going to last 2 drunken nights at my house. Well done, Hefty Lefty. Swave Dave, I won't read that out loud, but hey, that's very cool, man. And congratulations on your promotion. Beer Bob says, I can't find anything online about the Coyotes moving to Tempe. I saw something from back in 2016, but I didn't see anything new. Did a lot of reports about Cougars in Scottsdale there too, but I haven't seen nothing about the Coyotes moving to Tempe. Now, I did see that. Or maybe it was in the text line. Have we confirmed this is a real thing?
Yeah, it's a real thing. It's just the date is unsure right now because the land itself needs to have a final bidding.
Where did you read about this? Is it at the Coyotes website?
No.
Oh, see now we're
it's
just
AZ PBS.
PBS, yeah, it was from Wednesday.
I mean, that's a reputable
we're getting
source.
Sports news from Channel 8.
That's public.
Oh man, all we're doing right now is making Trump right. We should be ashamed of ourselves for this fake news. And if the Coyotes aren't saying it, and thank you for your support, is the only people saying it, should we be saying it?
Yes, they're. It's a PBS, man. They are a top line quality broadcasting network.
I'm going to take away PBS's breaking news privileges from the Daily Blender. And you're right on the edge there, Phil. Who really? Which one of you two was most about this when we were talking? Was that you, Ralph, or was that you, Phil?
I asked the question. Phil confirmed the answer.
Yeah, I don't think Ralph should be breaking news.
I didn't break news. I just asked the question.
It's from Paulina Pineda from the Arizona Republic.
Asking a question is okay.
There you go. It's from the Arizona Republic.
Paulina. Paulina.
Is it that hard for Paulina to?
Well, there's a Paolo, another lady that does sports. Paolo. I see her name. I have no idea.
Paoli.
Yeah, Peyote. Peyote over at azcentral.com. Thundar San Barbarian says you order taco in Japan, T-A-K-O, and this is what you get. You get sliced up octopus. I'll pass. Gonna pass on that one. Yeah, it's not calamari. This is something a little more substantial. Boogie says Coyotes moving in Tempe is speculation, but very strong speculation. Nothing has been confirmed yet, but it is heading in that direction. See, that's what I get for trusting. So I'm gone on like a vacation for a week. I saw somebody mentioning that somewhere, and then I asked you guys about it, trusting that you, Ralph, I'm going to hold you harmless, that you, Phil, you're supposed to be the sports brain of the show, and you're like, oh, yeah, that's true, absolutely true. You got no proof of anything other than somebody at Sesame Street sitting there saying, C is for Coyotes moving to Tempe. Come on, man.
I'll have you know, Jeffrey, that
get your news from Oscar the Grouch. You know what you get? You get garbage, Phil.
An unnamed source that I am not at liberty to discuss said that the Coyotes are one bit away from moving to Tempe.
How does Big Steve know any of this?
Unnamed source?
Am I right? Is that your source?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, who's your source?
I can't say, but it's a direct quote.
You have no source.
Sounds like CNN.
Zero sources.
That the Coyotes are two days away from putting in a bid at that place.
Your car is so old you don't have a source. There's not even a button. There's not even a jack. You got nothing. There's nothing. You have nothing.
The Coyotes plan to make it in three years in Tempe.
It's happening.
It's happening.
It's going to happen.
What do you mean Sesame Street's on HBO, not PBS?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
There's like a late night show from.
I take 1 week off. I take 1 week off.
Yeah, the Sesame Street After Dark.
Late night Sesame Street?
Oh my
That's
God.
a little scary. I don't want to see what they do with Big Bird.
Well,
Game
you
of
know why they call him
Snuffleupagus.
Big Bird, right?
Oh, no. You're ruining people's childhoods.
Is Big Bird a boy or a girl?
Yes. 888-368-1580. I believe it's they is what you're looking for.
Sure.
They.
Sure. Do they have eggs or just a big beak?
Oh my gosh. This is going on.
As long as we're on the subject, says Just the Tip, there are 171,476 words in the Merriam-Webster dictionary. None of them accurately and adequately describe how much I don't want to hear Phil talk. That's one of the best texts I think we've ever read.
I don't think so.
That's got to be text of the day right there.
Oh, no, I can't find the button. No.
Nicely done, Just the
how
Tip.
sad. Oh.
Hoffa, knock it off, Phil. You're not allowed to push buttons. Hoffa says, hi, guys. Hope you're all well. Schedule and practices have been really keeping me busy and not able to listen as much as I want. Hope you will listen more during the football season. # Packers suck.
Who is this?
Hoffa. Well, what practices? What schedule? What are you talking about?
Yeah, where are you practicing?
What you up to there, Hoffa? Fill us in there. We haven't heard from you in a while. Oh, yeah, it's good to see you on the Twitter and everything. But yeah, fill us in, my friend. King Kenton says, you know what Oscar the Grouch is doing to Elmo after midnight, don't you, Phil? Don't you, Phil?
Just because they get trashed doesn't mean that anything happens without consent.
Yeah, Boogie says Phil's sources can't be inanimate objects from a house that he voices himself. True. Swave Dave says, hey, guys, you are the sauciest sports talk show on the radio. I'm glad I have a roll of Bounty nearby when I listen. Wow, how did you turn that filthy? Ukulamak says, Phil doesn't like sawfish tacos. That's kind of a weird thing to mock somebody over.
I know.
Okay, I was trying to help with doing some man talk. Let me just finish that up so we can get to the NFL stuff. I got a bunch of NFL stuff here. So, there's a lot of things that, we do when we get drunk. Okay. Or when we've had a few drinks, right?
Sure.
Some guys will simply go, I love you, man. I just want you to know I mean it. Man, you're my friend. I love you, man. And some people, embarrass themselves. Some people try to dance. And, some things, though, you can get in trouble for. I would not expect that riding a lawnmower drunk would get you a DUI. Some people would be surprised to hear that riding a bicycle drunk will get you a DUI. Riding a horse drunk will get you a DUI. This one, at first caught me off guard, but I guess as you think about it, it makes sense. And, obviously all those things I just mentioned can get you arrested if you do those drunk, but, but a drone? Yeah, I guess now that somebody has been flying drones under the influence. This happened in Japan a few weeks back. 56-year-old man had 8 beers between 7 a.m. and noon, which only tells you his life is going great. And that morning drinking had a wild effect on him because he decided, I'm going to clean my house. And then, look, I found a drone. And he starts flying this drone. And he crashed into a neighbor's window. The cops came and like, hey, what's going on here? He's drinking and droning. So he got actually arrested for drinking and droning.
You got arrested for a D&D.
Yep. Not sure how he's going to be punished. The law hasn't been on the books very long there, but he's probably going to get a fine of $2,700. So, if you're drinking, don't drone. I think that's the public service announcement here to you from the Daily Blender. Drink responsibly and or drink irresponsibly, but don't fly drones, don't drive cars, and don't call up ex-girlfriends or text them. Don't drunk text, dial, don't fly drones.
Just drive over there. Well, just get an Uber over there.
You got a drone, Ralph? Do you have any drones?
Harmon has a drone, and actually you have to have a pilot's license. You have to pass this
that's
test.
A real drone.
Yeah, to get a drone, you have to have that. So I was just thinking about that's interesting that if you drink and fly a drone, I guess, yeah, it's kind of like you can get a DUI.
Hey, Ralph.
Yeah.
Just between us.
Yeah.
You fly the drone?
I have flown it in my house.
You got a license?
I didn't have a license. No. The one that.
How could you resist? You can't resist.
I had to. It was cool.
My wife, I said, hey, I want one of them drones. You know what really sparked me wanting a drone was, flipping through and seeing those jackasses over at ESPN there, with the drone race. They had a drone race going on the inside of like a basketball arena. And it was actually badass. I'm like, if these cheese-eating high school kids can do this, I want a drone, right? So she's like, well, before we get a drone that you're going to crash sober into somebody's house, let's start you out with something smaller. Well, small drones are garbage. Yeah. I can't fly it. It's like, and I was like,
it gets out of range like in 5 seconds.
Yeah. So now it's like, I know the technology has gotten better, and it's time for me to get a real drone.
They're fun. A drone. Our drone can go a couple miles away, and you're just kind of looking through the video, looking to see where it's at, and you bring it around. It's really cool.
The license is just to slow down stalkers. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
You're a couple miles away, and you're like, I know her address. Yeah, that's you know what I saw? Oh, so this was cool, and probably the end of all of humanity. I saw this drone, right, and had a flamethrower on it.
Oh, I've seen those. They use them to get like beehives.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Oh, sure. Wink, wink. Only for beehives. It's hovering there and just takes out a beehive and then flies away, and everybody's fine. Well, yeah, like you couldn't use that for some other nefarious reason.
So do they have one drone that is the flamethrower drone, and then immediately behind it's the fire department drone?
Fire extinguisher drone.
You don't care what happens after you've killed the wasps.
Well, what if it starts like a fire? Like a forest fire?
You got to do what you got to do to get them wasps.
Like somebody had some clothes up on a power line, and they burned the clothes with the drone to get it off.
Oh, wow.
It was really cool. I saw a video of it. I was like, wow.
Well, they're going to have these drones flying around, flame throwing on all the shoes people throw up to let you know you can buy drugs in the area.
Yeah, exactly.
That's going to be a real bad smell. Anyway, that was my public service announcement. Just don't drink and drone. That's it. That's all. That's all I was trying to say there. And also, men, here's a point of pride for us. Point of pride. New study just came out that found that men emit more greenhouse gases than women do every year. Point of pride.
This is just scientific.
Listen, I know that you may think it's immature if you're a lady, but listen, it's something us men are proud of. Our ability to create Olympic size and style and loud farts. It's just one of our things. It's a point of pride. Now, I personally do not fart on purpose ever around my wife. That has always been my thing, and I've always been that way.
Wow.
I don't fart in front of the ladies. When she leaves the room, the kids are in trouble. But like the old, hey, look, a frog. I try to treat her and lift her up higher than I would my buddies. That's just my thing. And I know some couples, they do it in front of each other and giggle too, and that's fine. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong. It's just my choice to never do that in front of my gal. But it is a point of pride. My biggest prideful moment, letting her rip, was I was standing on a landing waiting for a girl to come out of her apartment. And then she was inside getting ready, thought I had time, thought I was clear. And I ripped the loudest, longest fart. And I look over, a homeless guy sat up over by the dumpster across the parking lot with a scared, started looking at his face like, what the hell was that? And then I was in my head, it's like, awesome. This day's going to go excellent. Door opens and she had the same look in her eyes. It's like, oh, you heard that. Shall we go?
Did you blame it on the homeless guy?
She's like, do we need a moment before we get in the car? It's great. So yeah, that didn't go well.
We all have that story though.
So, so, you're expecting that farts would be the main cause of men emitting 16% more greenhouse gases. And I read on, it turns out that's not even in it wasn't even a factor. Researchers in Sweden said how much CO2, methane, other gases the average person is responsible for. And I guess we cause 16% more greenhouse gas because we drive more and we use more gasoline than women, which I don't know if that's true. What about soccer moms all driving all over the place? And
that's
stuff?
True. I don't think that's real at all.
They said that more men fly also, and so that has a huge effect, which I don't understand that.
Think of trucks and semis, though.
That's not fair. That we shouldn't be held responsible for that. That's commerce. That's business. You shouldn't just call all men, but still, fair enough. In general, about a third of the emissions the average person is responsible for each year comes from vacations and just going on a trip. So, all right, well, whatever. Now I'm sure some of you guys will be like, Jeffrey's responsible for more than anybody because all the time he takes off. Shut up. But I was going to say, take it as a point of pride and just tell people it's about the farts. That's what I would do. Tell people it's about the farts. Hey, Ralph.
Yeah.
You got a story like mine about farting? Let's hear it.
I can give you the story. My wife will probably destroy me. But I'll tell you anyway. When we first got married, so my wife is probably better at expelling gas than I am.
Wow.
And she does it a lot. There's a lot of ducks that live in our house. Anyway, we were first married and we were living in our first apartment and it was really dark at night and the rooms were kind of a challenge to be in because she likes to do that so often. So I went and got a painter's mask and I wore that painter's mask to bed and it was dark in the room and she came in the room and she came to give me a kiss and she kissed the painter's mask and turned the light on and she was not happy about the fact that I did that, but it was bad.
That's good.
I had to sleep.
You gotta protect yourself.
Yeah. I mean, so I'm sure now I can't go home, but
yeah. You have a lot of tile in the house?
My phone just buzzed because she's texting me right now, I'm sure.
Do you have a lot of tile in the house that makes it echo? And
yeah, we do. There's ducks everywhere.
Ralph's wife is on the text line. Says, I don't mind that Ralph farts in front of me, as his are more like little dainty toots. Sounds like cute little mouse squeaks. He farts like a girl, really.
Wow.
She actually put in a little mouse emoji too. So she's been thinking about this for a while. And I guess from what I've heard, Ralph's wife, you could take the paint off of a barn. Okay. Well, now we know how it goes at Ralph's house. So if you ever go to Ralph's house, just in your pocket, have a little,
have a mask.
Ozium, just to help out there. Yeah,
we don't use masks for COVID.
Yeah, mask up for something else. All right, guys, let's take a break. And by God, we're coming back. We're talking NFL. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Westwood One Sports presents this special update on the 2020 Summer Games, sponsored by Hulu. Time to have great original shows and movies. Time to have Hulu Originals. The American Beach Volleyball duo of Kelly Clays and Sarah Sponsel are underway in their match against the Brazilian duo of Rebecca Silva and Ana Patricia Silva Ramos. Clays and Sponsel are 2-0 so far in pool play. In just a couple of hours, action will shift inside as the U.S. women's volleyball team matches up against ROC. The Americans are 3-0 after sweeps against Argentina and China before squeaking out a 5-set win over Turkey. Here's a look at the updated medal count as we go into prime time tonight. The United States still sits atop the leaderboard with 41 overall medals, just ahead of China's 40. The ROC is third with 34. China leads all nations with 19 gold medals. Japan has 17, while the United States is third. They have 14 gold medals to this point. With this Summer Games update, I'm Ryan Radke, Westwood One Sports.
How How cool is this? We're flying.
I heard Only Murders in the Building was out on Hulu. And the next thing I knew, I was magically flying home to watch it. Why are you flying?
Gonna watch the new season of Wu-Tang and American Saga.
Woo!
Please note, Hulu Originals, while awesome and unmissable, will not make you fly. Sure, seeing new hits like Nine Perfect Strangers may make you feel like you're flying. This in no way infers magical powers of flight. That would be crazy, like not having Hulu. When you have to watch, you have to watch. Hulu subscription required. Visit hulu.com for plan details.
Research shows people remember radio ads that remind them of the past. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's an ad that'll really take you back.
Back in my day, I heard a voice from the radio say, Liberty Mutual customizes my home insurance, so I only pay for what I need. I'm getting on in years now, but heavens to Betsy, there are some things an old fella like me just never forgets.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100+ degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
AZ Preps 365 is your headquarters for all things high school sports in Arizona. Brett Quintine, James Mello, and Jose Garcia keep you up to speed with all the action, highlights, interviews, and insider information for the prep sports scene. You need to tune in to AZ Preps 365 every Saturday morning from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on your new home for sports, 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic. And always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. Yeah, Ralph, I saw you texting there on your phone there. Everything all right?
Yeah, do you have a couch that I can sleep on?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I might be
I already
coming
know
over.
you don't fart much, so yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome to come over. All right, 888-368-1580. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. And let's clear through the text line, and then we'll talk some NFL, huh? Hoffa says, yeah, I'm the new defensive coordinator for my football team and assistant softball coach at the school I work at. We have had practices all summer long during show times. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's cool. Well, good for you, man. That's cool you're doing that. But, you know, you got the app. You can always put it in one ear. Not like these kids are really paying attention anyway. Kingpin says, I just came in the conversation, but from what I understand, Babe Ruth would not be allowed to fly drones. You are correct. You are correct. Hefty Lefty says, drones get shot down over my house. Really? How many have you taken down, Hefty Lefty? Ukla the Mock says, I think Taco Bell is responsible for about 25% of greenhouse gases, more than men. Just a tip. Says, hey, Ralph, I know a good divorce lawyer if you need it. Hit me up. I don't think it'll come to that. No. King Kitten says, 8 beers between 7 a.m. and noon. That's just a regular Saturday morning. Yeah, I know. It seemed like an awful small amount of beer to get the guy in trouble, but he's Japanese, so he's going to be a little smaller. King Kenton says they had drone racing at Banquet Ballpark once. Ooh, I don't think I'd want to see it in person. I saw it on the TV, and I was like, ooh, well, that's really cool. And then, so if I get the drone that's actually capable of racing, you watch it on your little screen there like a video game. So I don't even need to be there. I'll do it from home, you know? Somebody else take the drone over there for me, and I'll drive it from my house. But still, that was it cool? Did you watch it at the Banquet Ballpark, King Kittens? Fill me in. Thundar the Santa Barbarian says, is Phil having a seizure there? What, does he need some help? Oh, no, guys, listen, don't be too alarmed. Sometimes he dances to the music. It's not having a seizure. That's him just enjoying the music and not really taking into consideration our poor eyes have to actually see it.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And Blissful Hayes says, just watch this female Olympian trip 2 feet before the first hurdle. She landed face first into the hurdle.
Oh.
That sucks. Can we get that on the
Oh,
video?
no, stop it. Stop.
I want to verify if it's that true. I just want to see if that poor girl's okay. It's funny as long as they're okay. If they're not okay, then you feel bad laughing. It's like when the old lady falls down. I was at a church once, walking along, old lady, boom, 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 right downstairs. And I'm like, like I froze my face. And then she's like, I'm okay. And I lost it. That right. And it was fine. It was fair to do it. Everybody still get a horrific looks like, Jeffrey, oh my gosh. I'm like, she's fine. And that was funny as hell. Beer Bob says, I hate to redeem Phil, but I did find the article and the video for the Tempe relocation of the Coyotes. They were just inquiring about the land, and the proposal needs to be in by August 19th. Earliest, it sounds that they could probably start to do any construction there would be 2024. But I would love to see them on the east side there. I'd become a season ticket holder if they did that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people probably would. It's not even just about east side. To me, that is a central location. It's a little more east than Phoenix. But if you look at a map, though, if you look at a map of the Phoenix metro area, Phoenix isn't even in the center anymore. The center is going to be Scottsdale and Tempe, that line right there. You got a big chunk of people over here. You got a big chunk of people over there. You have some rich people right there. You got some kind of rich people over here. You have some dirt bags right there. You got a lot of dirt bags over here. You got some rednecks on the far end. You got some rednecks in the far end over there. So, boom, Tempe. Good
Where's
place
the
for a
Renaissance
stadium.
Festival in that?
Oh, that is far, far, far east. That's where all the band. Yeah, if you're missing a band geek, between the months of March and April, they're far, far, far east. That's where they are. But then again, are you really missing them? All right, got it now. Time to do some NFL stuff here on the Daily Blender. And I don't want to talk about Carson Wentz, so we're just going to get rid of that. I don't want music, Phil. Why do you think I want music?
It's the NFL. We got to celebrate.
Well, no, we'll celebrate when it's really the NFL season. Right now, we're just talking about NFL stuff.
Okay.
I don't need all that.
Fair enough.
Some shows need all that. We don't need all that. We're just talking. We're just guys talking.
Okay.
Fair enough. So Larry Fitzgerald, as you guys know, he missed the first day of Cardinals camp. I have not heard anything yet. He has not shown up. He has not retired. He's just not there. What the hell, man? Come on, Larry, please. Just let us know what's going on. Why? What does this mean? It's never taken him this long to figure this out. Does this mean it's over, or does this mean he's still waiting to see something? Is he waiting for somebody to give him something? What the hell is going on with Larry Fitzgerald?
I mean, I think he's probably already made his decision. I think they just haven't.
It's all
done
but
it yet.
official,
right? They're going to probably do something and have an announcement at some point here in the next couple of weeks. But I'm sure he's done.
Well, why would they jerk us around? I mean,
is he really jerking us around?
I mean,
yes. If you every season, since you got a little bit long in the tooth as a wide receiver, every season you have made up your mind early, and boom, you've said, okay, that's it, I'm coming back. Or there may be a couple weeks, and he's like, yeah, okay, I'm coming back. But now we're into training camp, man. We're in a training camp. Just let us know what's going on so we can grieve or celebrate, so we can be sad or be happy. No, listen, I love watching Larry Fitzgerald play. Having him just down there on the field with the guys when you're watching, it's oddly comforting. And then when you see him on the field and you see a ball go his direction, you're like, money. Boom, he's going to catch that thing and he's going to get you a couple more yards. And, if they'd have thrown to him more often, he would have had a much better season. It's never been about can Larry catch the ball. It's been, can Kyler Murray get him the ball? But because they use him as a slot and he ends up over on the center too much, you can't see him. And I'm sorry, it's a true statement. Kyler Murray's short, can't see Larry. But he should have trusted where he'd be more often and thrown in the ball, like a blind guy. And maybe he could have had a better year. That said, here we are. Larry's making a decision, and everybody's like, "Oh, just trust him. He'll figure it out. Oh, be patient. Oh, be okay with whatever the outcome is. Be okay with it if Larry retires, because God knows we love Larry. And then don't get too bent out of shape if he doesn't come back. I want to know what the hell's going on. I want to know. And right now, I don't know what even to think. Is he coming back or not? Somebody's got to tell me.
There's been no discussions at the daily, press conferences after camp. I mean, no one's brought it up.
The discussions have been, the ball is in his court, is what Cliff Kingsbury says. Which, by the way, genius football coach. The ball is on his field. You don't play football on a court. You play it on a field, jackass, skinny jean wearing loser.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm a little bit emotional right now.
Yeah.
He says, we've left it in his court. He's earned that. That's how we felt as an organization, and that's where it's at. So I would imagine whether he decides to leave or not, it is his decision to make, and they will find room for him if he stays. But, this is not good. The other players are there. Christian Kirk is just feeling lonely and sad. He's like, it feels weird without him here. And, Christian Kirk has always known Larry to be there, for him. And all the other players are probably like, yeah, something big is missing here. And just as a presence, not just because of his ginormous dreadlocks. And so, everybody has a story like that on the Cardinals organization, that there is some big gaping hole in that locker room. And it's not just Wolfley's mouth. So the Cardinals, they're saying, well, we're not giving up on it yet, but we just have no idea. And I think the reason they wouldn't be pushing and they wouldn't be upset is because here's the list of wide receivers: DeAndre Hopkins, AJ Green, who, by the way, have you seen any of the video on him in camp?
No. AJ Green?
Yeah, AJ Green looks real good.
Yeah, he always does until he gets hurt.
Yeah, he'll get hurt.
Rondale Moore, Keyshawn Johnson, Andy Isabella. Okay, I shouldn't have read that last one because itty bitty is good on special teams. That's about it. So, all right, we still don't know about Larry, but I'm starting to get annoyed by that. Starting to get annoyed, man. Somebody's got to find something out. Blissel Hayes says maybe Dingleberry needs to do a welfare check at Larry Fitzgerald's house. Make sure he's okay. No, Larry is okay. I'm not worried about that. Also, did Kyler Murray, did he get a miniature COVID shot?
Oh, God.
I'm sure they toned down the dosage for his size. Boomer Sooner says, I think Fitzgerald is done. I'm sorry, there's more to that. I think Fitzgerald has done a total disservice to the organization and team and the players. He should have already told them all what's going on so they can make arrangements and move on. Something I never thought Larry would do was leave these guys hanging.
No, I'm sure he's already told them, and I'm sure he's not leaving anyone hanging except for the press and the fans right now. I guarantee you.
I don't agree, Ralph.
No,
I agree with everything you said, except for I don't think it has to be that he has already told them. I think that they really legitimately have that stance. If you are coming back, the door is open. If you're not, okay, on your own time, let us know. And maybe he is just struggling with it, but I don't know. I don't think he's doing them a disservice because I think they're like, we're good if you stay, we're okay if you go. And maybe that's even making it harder for him.
Yeah, I think what it is that he's essentially been offered, hey, you're going to be the fourth wide receiver. Are you okay with that? And on top of it, you're going to be taking a reduced pay cut. It would be like $3 million for the backup slot receiver. Is that what you want? And I think that he's thinking in his mind, is it worth coming back for that? And I'd imagine he's saying no, but it's hard to retire with that in mind, knowing that you still have an opportunity. It's just at a completely reduced role.
Hefty Lefty says, are we sure Larry's alive? Yes, Larry's alive.
Don't say that.
Kingpin says, hey, wait. Why skip talking about Carson Wentz? I want the over-under on how many games before injury. Well, I guess right now under because he's already injured. Daylight Drew says, old lady at church fell down the stairs. She probably farted. Hey, whatever causes the misstep, as long as she's okay, it's still funny. Ken Kenton says, no, I did not attend drone racing at Chase Field. I saw a minute or two video clip. There was enough. That was enough for me. There are kids who will pay to watch other kids play video games, so that tells you something. Last Optimist says, Chiefs fans spotted Larry at Mahomes' house a month ago, and they were excited about that. But, yeah, nothing happened. Larry's friends with a lot of guys in the league. I remember it was about a year ago or so where he because of COVID or whatnot, he hooked up with Eli Manning just to get a little practice in. So don't read too much into whose house Larry Fitzgerald shows up at. It's not saying, oh, he must be moving there or, oh, this must be happening. Larry is
he's an ambassador of the game.
He's just a good guy who likes to hang out. He knows everybody. He cares about people. He's a people person. He's really a people person. And because he's a people person, I sure hope he's like staying low out of the COVID way. Good news. The NFL says that 87.9% of players have had at least one shot of the COVID-19 vaccine.
Yeah.
And again, I don't care which side of this you're on, if you're pro or you're against. The only thing that matters is it's the rule of the NFL. And if your team has a lot of guys vaccinated, it's going to make it easier for you in day-to-day operations. And also, if you got a player who's unvaccinated, that causes an outbreak, and then you guys, it's not going to be a postponement. They're going to make you forfeit the game. You're going to lose the game, basically. You'll be considered a loss. So all those reasons are good enough to get a bunch of these players vaccinated. And so it's kind of a nice thing to see that 87.9% have had at least one shot of it, because the last thing you need is your team or good football going down because, people weren't vaccinated. So that's nice to see. But then in the same breath, Cardinals have placed 6 more players in the COVID-19 list. That means there are 9 players who either have the COVID or have had exposure. So now they're going through a protocol. And it's Rodney Hudson, Kelvin Beachum, Justin Pugh, Andy Isabella, Keyshawn Johnson, and Isaac Whitney. And now Lorenzo Burns, Rico Gafford, and some other guys. So, yeah, that's it's a lot. It's kind of going around. It's going around right now. No, that Delta variant seems to be going around. And even if you've been vaccinated, the good news is you ain't going to die. You probably won't be hospitalized. But the Delta variant is sort of having its way even with vaccinated people. And now Pfizer's come out and said, boosters coming. And, so this is the world we live in. It's going to be, hey, everything's good. Nothing's good. What the hell is wrong with you, Phil?
There's a freaking gnat in
well,
here.
Why don't you just turn off your microphone and deal with it, Spaz?
I was ready to, but it's like right in my eye. It's in
Well,
my
I know,
eyeball.
You
Do you want me
be a
to do the
professional
rest of
and
the
hit
show blind?
Be a professional. You hit the button so the people listening. I mean, everybody watching YouTube has to. They already comment on how much of a spaz you are on camera. They won't be surprised, but nobody needs to hear this.
Well, let me fight through melanoma before I go around and start clapping.
Melanoma? Wait, what do you think you're getting skin cancer from the
of
bug?
Of the eye? Yes.
From a gnat.
Do you realize how dirty those things are? They're flying pieces of poo.
You think that's how you get melanoma?
Of the eye, yes. What is it, glaucoma?
I'm just I just want to see some of your test results from school. I'm pretty sure I need to see your SATs at this point if we're going to continue. King of Kittens, hey, nice pizza there. What's that? What's on there? Is that pineapple? Yeah, that's a whole lot of stuff on there. Yeah. He says Larry ain't coming back. He gone. Oh, man, don't say that. I like Larry. Screaming Eagle says, wow, busy Friday. So glad the weekend's here. Will there be a race setup? No, there won't be a race setup tonight or next week. It's they're taking a break.
There's no race to set up.
Exactly. It's a slow point in the season. So in a couple of weeks, race setup will be back. Randy will be back with the show, I believe, next Wednesday. So there you go, Screaming Eagle. There is your update. And he says, I don't agree with Cole Beasley's stance, but I applaud him for being a voice for some minority groups on that. Sure, listen, everybody is entitled to their opinion, whether you're an idiot or you're a genius. And you get to decide which end of that Cole Beasley is on. But I again, with all the crap these players put in their bodies, the worst thing they're going to do is to get a vaccine. You know what I'm saying? I think that if just to keep the game going, I'd get the damn shot. Boogie. Oh, that's right. It's Friday. Boogie's epic. Oh, this is, that's a good shot. Boogie is, well, remember earlier in the show where he showed me a bottle of Proper 12 that's supposed to be mine?
Yes.
Well, 3 hours have gone by and now here's a shot of him laying in the high grass, bottle of Proper 12 in one hand. And, I don't know, it looks like a pack of maybe cigars or I don't know what that is, wearing his Jeffrey O'Brien is better than me at everything shirt. He is passed out, down for the count. Don't even know who took that picture. Right. But that's an epic shot, Boogie. Well done.
In true Conor McGregor form.
Nicely done there. No, his ankle's fine. Yeah. No, his ankle's fine. Oh, asleep like the other match. I got you. All right. Well, we didn't get to talk a whole lot of football, but at least we tried. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hey there, you low interest rate mortgage lovers. If you have great credit and are good with your money, I guarantee you're in the wrong loan. Maybe it's time to learn what thousands in the Valley have already figured out. On a Life Changer loan, you can pay off your mortgage in under 5 years without changing one dime of your spending habit. Plus, your monthly payments are cheaper than what you pay now. It's not magic, it's just math. So check us out at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MB1002031, NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
Football is starting soon, and your exclusive home for the NFL and Super Bowl 56. The Fanatic wants to make your business a part of the action. Advertise your business on all the primetime NFL games, Monday, Thursday, and Sunday during the regular season. Here's the game plan. Your custom-produced radio commercial will air 2, even 3 times in every game. Plus, your business is branded during dozens of weekly NFL promos on the station, stream, app, and website. And you'll get commercial reads live during our morning and afternoon drive shows each week promoting your business. Don't forget about special teams. Your business gets 5 extra daily spots throughout the week and matching spots on our live stream website and on the 1580 The Fanatic Sports app. Plus, you can play defense against your competition and lock them out with our category exclusive option play. All this for the best deal ever. Now, even your small business can play with the pros. Go to 1580thefanatic.com for all the info and details. Is your business ready for football season? Go to 1580thefanatic.com and get in the game today.
Chances are the technology you work with every day is an afterthought.
Until it isn't working.
Technical problems can throw a wrench in your day, but computer security issues can expose you and your customers to serious risk. Affinity Technology builds custom IT solutions that help small businesses thrive. No system is too complicated.
If it plugs in, we work with it.
Affinity Technology runs Arizona businesses. Contact us today at atechaz.com. That's atechaz.com. Affinity Technology.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100 plus degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer. And your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment and they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Who brought the sauce?
I brought the sauce.
Who made the sauce?
I made the sauce.
What's in the sauce?
I am the sauce.
Who brought the sauce?
Spilled the sauce? Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up spills and messes quicker. And each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading ordinary brand.
Who brought the sauce?
I brought the sauce.
Who made the sauce?
I made the sauce.
What's in the sauce?
I am the sauce.
Who brought the sauce? Okay.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
The Fanatic.
Today with Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And, not feeling great about the news about a quarterback I didn't want to begin with. Carson Wentz going to have surgery probably on his foot and everything there. Hey, at least it ain't the Patriots. Jarek Stidham had to have injury on his back. He had to have back. At first, they thought it was just his throwing shoulder. Then it's his back, and he actually did have the surgery. So, way to go, Bill Belichick. Who's even that? Is it Cam Newton? Is that it? Cam Newton's the only guy they got there now? Yeah, so I guess it could be.
No,
worse.
they have Cam Newton and Mac Jones.
Mac Jones. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Mac
right.
Jones.
How's he been looking? Any word on him in camp?
Well, Cam Newton said he's looking real cool, so I'd imagine he's not looking that great.
Right. Okay.
That guy's really balling out.
Yeah, poor Stidham. He made or he will make $850,000, but I would imagine we will never see him again. That's kind of a guess on that. So, yes. Do you like the pineapple on your pizza there, Ralph?
I'm not a big pineapple fan on pizza. No.
Yeah, but you don't get angry when you see somebody
I
else.
don't get angry. No.
Yeah.
I love pineapple.
I don't understand that about people. Why do people get angry when they see somebody else eating pineapple on a pizza?
I don't know. I like to put it on burgers.
People get very passionate about whatever you put on your pizza and put in your mouth. I don't know why it's even a thing, but yes, King of Kittens is enjoying a 10-topping pizza with extra pineapple and a couple of beers there. He says, now I'm going to go lay on the couch with my kitty and snooze in front of the TV and watch some Olympics, which means basically he's not watching anything. 888-368-1580. Hefty Lefty says, melanoma from a bug? I thought poop particles in the eye was pink eye. You know what I'm saying? So be careful of that. You know what melanoma is? It's skin cancer, Phil.
Right.
You get the melanoma from the sun.
Right. But
not from bugs.
Well, it depends. I mean, if it's of the eye, though, you get it a little differently.
You don't. No, you don't. It's not. No, you don't. You just don't tell people this nonsense. That's not scientific at all. That's not correct. You know.
You and your fake news, Jeffrey.
Oh,
I got it from PBS.
Oh, there you go. That's the problem. Blissful Hayes says, I bet the Cardinals offered Larry Fitzgerald a contract much lower than last year. He's probably talking to other teams who will pay him more than the Cardinals.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what did he was offered like 10 million last year. I think he played under a 10, 11 million, something like that. He's not getting that.
Before you're so dismissive, Ralph, there's got to be some teams out there who could really use a decent wide receiver. And he's still a decent wide receiver. He's not what he used to be. He's not a great right now. I mean, he's going to go into the Hall of Fame easily.
Yeah.
And look at the yards totals he has. I mean, seriously, of this generation, one of the best wide receivers, period.
No,
but at this moment, don't count him out that somebody else would want him. There are people who need good. And I'll tell you who I'd have him on the Colts.
Yeah, I don't know when to throw him to. Yeah, but
you already got an over.
Damn you, Ralph. Why? We're running out of time for the show, but you still got to stick the dagger in and twist again. Is that what you got to do?
I'm hoping to do more. But I just think, I agree with you. I think people would want him. I just don't think he would play for anybody else. I think he's that guy.
Yeah, I mean, the Jets need a wide receiver. Would you want to see Larry Fitzgerald in an abysmal Jets?
I don't
uniform?
think Larry would leave I think if he's going to play, he'll play with the Cardinals, or he's not going to play at all.
Detroit Lions could use a wide receiver.
Larry is probably sitting there thinking, okay, this is it. This is like the last year probably of my career, if I'm lucky to. And he's looking around thinking, I don't know anything. I love Phoenix. I love Arizona and in my time with the Cardinals. Now it's about, okay, how much more money can I make before it's over? And then there is my chunk of generational wealth. And if he ended up going to another team that needs a wide receiver, and you're like, what? He's not going to win a Super Bowl there. What the hell's he doing? Now, I would not blame him at all for just trying to get a paycheck somewhere. And if Bill Belichick did call him, or Frank Reich called him, or even, Salah over at the Jets called him, I'm never going to give him a hard time. He has given the Arizona Cardinals and this community everything you could expect of him. Absolutely. So if he goes off and does that, he doesn't owe you, me, or anyone else any kind of an explanation. Will I like it? No. But am I going to give him a hard time? Nah. Man's got to go get his. And he earned it. He deserves it. If he goes to the Buccaneers, power to you, buddy. You know what? Whatever works. I just really hope he just stay here. Makes watching Cardinals more bearable. Papa Mike says, last day of work, almost over, getting ready to go out and celebrate my birthday, which is also today. Oh, that's right. Happy birthday, Papa Mike.
Happy birthday.
He says, Phil, get it started for me by pouring me a stiff one. A drink, Phil. Thank you. You got to be real careful.
I know.
Papa
I looked and I was like, you know what? It's his birthday. I can't do that to him.
Most of what I do now is heading Phil off at the pass for those things. Beer Bob says, you got to stop playing the Bounty Who Brought the Sauce commercial. I think it's making Phil dumber with that Nat comment about the melanoma. I think you might be right.
I was in a time of distress.
Senior Wake and Bake says, have a safe weekend, Phil. Keep running with scissors. Jeffrey, may your quarterback have the physical ability of Phil. Screw you, Senior Wake and Bake.
Hey, that's a compliment right there.
He thinks that Fitzgerald's going to the Niners.
Oh, gosh.
You know, here's what's going to the Niners. Disappointment. Suck on it. Hefty Lefty says, I thought this chunk of generational wealth just got second place in the NBA. What? Oh, right. Yeah, he bought a chunk of the Suns. Sure. But listen, man still needs to make more money.
Right.
Boogie says Fitzgerald would never go to the Colts. There's no one there to throw to him. Yes, I know. Ralph already threw that joke at me. Thank you.
Oh, man.
Rough Rob says, so Phil went, I guess from that melanoma comment, you did go to the U of A, didn't you? Screaming Eagle says, hey guys, did you ever determine if Space Jam was any good? Yeah, we determined it's not.
No, stop it. Stop it for yourself right now. I watched it. And it was all right.
Everybody else says it sucks. Phil's the only person here.
Because
now
they're
here,
going in there expecting a Monet.
Radio Ron, if we're listening, it's time for a random wink wink drug test because clearly we know how Phil was able to get through that 2-hour piece of garbage.
It was better than the first one.
You just so much got your lips on LeBron.
I haven't seen it, but I like the first one.
When's the last time you saw
the first one was better?
No, absolutely. Go back
Guaranteed.
and watch the first one, and it does not.
Guaranteed.
It doesn't look good. Nope, no. It's better than the
Stamp
first
of
one.
approval.
Yeah. You haven't even seen the second one.
I don't have.
Wasn't it corny? I heard it was really corny.
It is
they're all
corny, but
corny,
it's
Ralph.
funny. I mean, it boils down to if you can handle Petey Pig or whatever, Porky Pig, excuse me. If you can handle Porky Pig in a rap battle,
Does Petey Pig have melanoma in his eye, Phil?
He has melanoma of the ass cheeks.
Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, I'm truly sorry to hear about Carson Wentz. Ha ha! Yeah, maybe you guys can win some games. Okay, thank you, Boomer Sooner. Senior Wake and Bake says Niners are better than how many teams? None.
They might be
Was
Super
that a
Bowl
trick
bound.
question? Kingpin says
I'm
maybe the
serious.
Patriots can call Vinny Testaverde. Work for the Jets every time they ran out of quarterbacks. Well, I was trying to, and it kind of worked, push this whole focus over to the Patriots and the fact that Stidham had back surgery. So, oh well. Blissful Hayes says, I hate when the Nats give me melanoma and glaucoma. The Washington Nationals? Yeah. Can we just do this? Come on, man. Ralph is like looking at the clock like it's Friday. Come on, I want to go home. It's time now, ladies and gentlemen, for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Get that man some water. Back in the year 1976, Bruce Jenner, a 26-year-old from San Jose, California, won the gold medal in the decathlon at the Montreal Summer Olympic Games with 8,618 manly points, breaking the world record of 8,454 set by some Ruski in the 1972 Munich Games. Given the unofficial title of the world's greatest athlete, he went on to great things. Yes, he established a career in television, film, and auto racing, all sorts of businesses. And yeah, he was even on the cover of Playgirl, a magazine, I guess, later he himself would enjoy. Now, Bruce Jenner, that's right. It's like the Paul Harvey. Now, the rest of the story, he turned into a lady. That's right. Bruce Jenner, now Caitlyn Jenner, currently running for governor of California.
Wonder if they'll win that race.
You know the rest of the story. Thank you, George. 888-368-1580. Wilbur says, you guys know if HBO Hard Knockers starts next? I think it's just called Hard Knocks. Starts next week. It's those loser Dallas Cowboys, but it's gonna be funny to see Jerry Jones crying, and likely the very first episode. Why would he cry in the first episode?
Because he was crying over firing Jimmy Johnson, and so that's more than likely going to make the cut of the first episode.
Well, that happened a long time ago.
It's still going to be in the what happened during the offseason.
Okay. I thought he was going to cry over how much he paid Dak Prescott. Screaming Eagle says, you guys are always great. Have a wonderful weekend. I think he doesn't listen at times where Phil talks. Hefty Lefty says, could be worse, Jeffrey. You could have Drew Lock. Yes. That makes me, and by the way, Hefty Lefty, Broncos fan. That is a good point. Senior Wake and Bake says, Fathead said Niners are Super Bowl bound. Fathead said, who's Fathead?
I don't think I have a fat head. I've certainly not had the fattest head on this show in previous reincarnations.
Boomer Sooner says, my gosh, Jeffrey, I hope Caitlyn Jenner gets elected governor of California. That would be exactly what California deserves. 888-368-1580. We have time for a Wheel of Sports thing?
Yeah, let's go.
Spin the wheel.
Watch out, Ralph. It bites.
Well, if there's one thing everyone knows about the Matt Damon, is he loves Boston.
Boston.
He loves Ben Affleck and
Ben
ways
Affleck.
we will never understand. And now those beliefs might be challenged. He's totally still in love with Ben Affleck. Don't get worried about that. But he's not a New England loyalist. In appearance on old Dan Patrick the other day, he says, in a hypothetical Buccaneers versus Patriots Super Bowl, he would root for Tom Brady. He says, I love that guy. Make no apologies. And he even ended the interview with "Go Bucks."
Wow.
So Matt Damon, whose every movie, whose everything seems to point towards Boston and the love for Boston, just sold them out for his love for Tom Brady. And I think I have an idea why.
Can you blame him?
No. Listen, I know why. So Ben Affleck, Batman, and the girl with the booty, J-Lo, him and J-Lo got back together. I think Matt Damon is just trying to make Ben Affleck jealous by professing his love for another man. You see?
It's possible.
You got to do more. I mean, have you seen
Why?
J-Lo? She's 50 and looks like that. God.
Why else would Matt Damon forsake an entire city that he is a part of and loves?
He's willing to burn it all down for Ben.
Yes, that is exactly, I think, what we're saying. So now what you're going to see next is, J-Lo saying some stuff to Ben, and Ben on the phone going, yeah, man, you just can't come around anymore. Yeah, I'm just sorry, man. I'm Batman. And hanging up. I'm just saying.
I'm buying in.
I think that's exactly what has just happened there.
I agree.
Time will prove me right. I can't even read some of these texts that are coming in right now. I'm just going to say enough of that. Swave Dave says, cheers all. Go Cardinals. Happy weekend. Hefty Lefty says, Matt Damon. And can't read Blissful Haze. Can't read Senior Wake and Bake. Yeah, we're just going to call it. All right, guys. Listen, Ralph from Harmon Solar, thank you so much for being with us. Phil, go get that melanoma in your eye looked at.
Will do.
Yeah, I would call your insurance, make sure it's approved first. And the rest of you, have an amazing and safe, great weekend. We'll see you Monday at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Get that, Nat.
Mortgage rates are nearing all-time lows. Now is the time to refinance.